They want us to think that we're an insignificant speck of dust, but let me tell you, we are so much more than dust in the wind.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim they worship.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
That's so crazy. So you know how I was like, oh, this green screen's probably oversized. Look, if I move my computer that much,
It's
gone.
You're back
That
to Earth.
much.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Then you lose the magic. You lose the Hollywood magic.
It's like you have to have one this size, or it doesn't. What kind do you have, Vince?
Well, now I've upgraded to like one of I think it's called DVR camera. Before I used like or are you talking about green screen or camera?
Either or. Both.
Yeah, green screen. I just bought some shit out of do you know AliExpress?
Yeah,
nice.
But how big is it?
Oh, it's pretty big. It's like 3.5 meters.
Fucking, I was gonna say, don't fucking tell me in meters, man. I don't even know what that means.
Well, okay,
It's like it's almost 10 feet.
Do you count?
Yeah.
How do you count the feet? I mean,
You know what?
Feet?
I will agree with you.
That was great.
You know what I mean?
I'm American, and I
That was
think
good.
Whose feet are you
I
measuring?
know.
That was good. That was
I
good.
think our metric system or our
No, we're
measurement
definitely
system
retarded.
is ridiculous.
We're retarded. Like we make
Well, how
things
big is
way
that?
harder.
Well, that's like about a foot.
Yeah.
I know.
That's, see, I think Death's onto something. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in the South it originated. Like, it looks about a foot size, like size of your foot there, man.
About a foot.
That's not bad. Shit. They were saying meter before.
That lines up perfect.
Funny,
What's
man.
this meat tray they talking about?
Oh, I
you
got
know-
a bigger foot. What do I do then? Shit, foot
shit.
and a half.
I'm fucking crying. Listen, another thing that is retarded is
Dude, this is gold. I mean,
We're
I'm,
not gonna. Are
I'm
you
recording it. Yes.
Oh
but
yes. We're
I didn't-
already
I
off
didn't
YouTube
do
at this point.
I didn't
We're-
do an intro. I didn't do nothing.
doesn't even
Rufus
matter.
isn't
Yeah,
here.
this is
We'll
great.
just
We have-
jump
fuck
in.
have an intro.
intros, man.
We
Who
have an
needs
intro.
them?
Whoa,
Who needs
all
the
right,
intros?
Vince.
But
It'll
you
be
know,
fun.
you guys, you know how you know the weight thing. You know how you measure weight.
Oh,
Like,
it's pound.
Yeah, that shit.
I know because nothing goes in.
fuck is
Even
that?
with listen,
Shit.
so a mile, 5,280 feet. What the fuck is that? That's
What?
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So how,
5,280.
so how many meters is in a kilometer?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's like
you're letting
in a
me
kilometers, 1,000.
It's around.
1,000,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a round number. It's 1,000.
Yeah,
ours
yeah,
is
yeah,
5,280. It makes
Yeah,
no
yeah,
sense.
that's
Just
what I'm
like,
saying because
so our freezing point
Destined to
is
fail.
32 degrees. Yours is
Yeah,
0.
Zero.
What makes more
Yeah.
sense? Boiling is 100.
yeah,
Whoa.
because you know the weight thing. I'm trying to, you know, we have kilos, whatever, and when I'm trying
Oh,
to
do you?
translate that, yeah,
All I think about is
yeah, when we try to translate that to pounds or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, I watch UFC a lot, you know, the fighting thing.
Yeah.
And I watched like light heavyweight a lot. And I was like, what is light heavyweight? It's like 205 pounds. I'm like, okay, what is that in kilos? It's like 93.6 6 or some shit like that. What? It's so weird. It's not.
Yeah, it's
as
hard
you
for
said,
us
it's
the
not
other way,
round.
too. Even though they're
Yeah,
both
probably.
on my speedometer in my car, if you asked me how many kilometers an hour, 100 miles an hour is right now,
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah.
80, 75. I
Yeah.
don't know, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably the opposite. It's probably in the opposite
Look-
direction.
So it's a little bit confusing, but yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about? The green screen. Yeah, it's like some feet and some hands.
Since
I
we're
don't
talking
know.
about green screen, you want to
Man.
see something funny? Look, because my tattoo's green.
Yeah, it's gonna disappear, right?
You can see.
You
shit
become transparent.
my
See the
tattoo.
earth through your arm, bro.
That's crazy. I think that's the only green. Oh wait, there's some broccoli there. No, it works. But this one,
There's some broccoli there.
this one, yeah, there's broccoli.
And
He
listen-
literally does have broccoli on his arm, actually.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
yes,
and
he
look,
does.
we got.
And he has. Yeah, he's
And
got
the funny thing is, you're never gonna get
Ronald-
around that. I don't
He
think
has
you-
Ronald McDonald
Wendy's.
and Wendy.
And Colonel Sanders' heads are on a shish kebab because I was vegan for like 10 years and vegetarian for like 15 or 18. So
How
Yeah,
did
he
that
was
work?
actually making a difference for a while until he started doing this. So.
What made you go back?
I started a food truck and
Oh, nice.
or I bought a food truck. No, I bought a food
Nice.
truck
God,
and
it
then
smells so
I was
good.
starting another one and I had to come up with the recipes because no one else could do it and I was like I can't fucking not taste it and
Yeah,
then I
you
was
have to.
like oh my god this is so good.
That's
You
one,
know. It's
that's
funny you
one
say
hell
food.
of a ruse.
Huh?
That's one hell of a ruse to make up an excuse to.
No, it really was. And it was also around the time when I was finding Flat Earth and stuff, and I was like, I need to choose my battles, man. I really do. I used to be a PETA representative in my old band, and there's some messed up stuff there, too. I'll tell you.
Okay.
But what's cool is because we were PETA representatives when we were playing in LA, we got to go to this event, and I got to meet Prince and Alec Baldwin and a couple other people, so that was cool. Now that I know
What do
they
you mean,
were-
Prince, the Prince
Yeah,
guy?
Prince, yeah.
Purple Rain, that guy.
Yep.
Yes,
the
I
symbol.
was.
the
I'm
symbol.
short, and he was like up to here on me. Like he's literally like 4'8". Like
And that's with those shoes, right?
yeah, the platforms and they're raised up.
Yeah.
So good.
But that's cool.
No, it was
That's
so-
cool. You know, food trucks. I was thinking about if I ever opened a food truck. I think what people do it wrong with restaurants and shit like that. Like with restaurants, for example, they have like 100 different menus and shit.
Oh, I know.
Like they make it too complicated.
Yep.
Reduce that shit because the simpler it is, the better. I think.
That's what
Just-
I said too. We had like 8 items, and I made
Fuck
sure
that.
the ingredients crossed over. So 3 of them had chicken, so we used the same chicken for all those,
Yes.
and they also used it. So like, because on a
Yes.
food truck you have very limited space.
Yes.
So I was like, let's fucking cut it down, and we did.
Yeah, because what should it be? It should be cheap, affordable. I mean, affordable food. It should go fast, What else? It should be simple, fast. Like the more items you have, even in drinks, that makes the customer go like, "What is this?"
Yeah, they don't
What is
know. They
that?"
don't know. They're like,
And what is on this menu?
So
And then once they've decided what menu to take, they're like, if you have 15 different drinks, they're like, should I take Pepsi Diet or Fanta? or
when I
Sprite?"
designed the menu,
That takes time.
I
Yeah.
intentionally put every single ingredient that was in it on the menu. So it said the menu item,
yeah.
it said the
Smart.
price, and then in parentheses it said everything that was in it.
Nice.
You would think that would help.
No.
It doesn't, right?
It did not help. Is there cilantro in that?
Oh,
Does it say
man.
cilantro? Yeah. Then there's cilantro in it. Or it would be like this random, is there like cumin in that? Like it's buffalo chicken. Why would there
Yes.
be cumin in it? Like no.
And all of that, takes time, and that could create, a line.
yeah, exactly.
And
Ticket
if
times
I-
are essential,
Yeah.
They're, especially for a
it
food
is.
truck.
It is, and it should be affordable.
And not only that,
good.
it was at the time when oh my god, the
Sniffles.
celiac craze was going on, when everyone was like, "Oh, I can't have gluten." I have a gluten allergy. I'm like, there's no such thing as a gluten allergy. The only people that have a gluten allergy have celiac disease. And they're like, what's celiac disease? I'm like, get out of line.
Maybe I have that.
Yeah. Next time they come back, oh my God, I looked it up and I do. Where'd you look it up? Google? Yeah. Get out of line.
I did it right over here while I was waiting on my food.
Google is Lord.
I
Hey,
get a
by the way,
refund?
guys, do any of you have T-Mobile cell phone service?
No, but I just
No?
heard
I used
about
to.
this. I
Did
saw
you
it
hear about
today.
that shit?
Yeah, but tell
What
it.
happened?
Go.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't hear?
apparently they're gonna do some hate speech thing in their terms of service or whatever.
What?
And, yeah, and you can get fined like they have
For
3
text
tiers.
messages.
Yes.
Can't
so
text the
Text
N-word to your wife
messages.
anymore.
Yeah, and one of the first tiers, I think if you talked about marijuana or CBD or something like that, you could get.
Legal. So many. What the?
Yeah, I know it's fucked up. It's
Dude,
weird.
I just passed a weed place today in Florida. I mean,
Dude.
it's not fully
Yeah.
legal, but all you have to do is go, oh, my shoulder hurts. And they
Yeah.
give you a card. It's
That's
fucking
nice. I like that. I like that
I
shit.
know.
But
You got an old
isn't
football
it
wound.
sick? Isn't it sick how a cell phone service or whatever the fuck it is, internet or what, I don't know, both of it, I don't know.
Yeah,
Provider.
all of it.
Yeah, provider. What the fuck? That's none of your motherfucking business. You're just gonna provide me the service and then leave that to the authorities.
I know, that's like Walmart going, whoa, 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 whoa. You need Pampers? Who are you voting for?
Yeah.
Like, it's none of your fucking business. Come on.
Biden? Oh, you're definitely going to need more Pampers. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, because the
they're
more
gonna-
babies you have, the more money you get.
Code
That
name
and he needs them.
Code name
Biden.
get out of hand.
I know, I'm missing out when when Biden was like, oh, we're going to give out a shit ton of money. And even Trump or whatever, I was like, oh, I don't have kids. I was talking to Bill. He's like, I got this much. I was like, I got $250, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're like,
We
you
should
don't
go
have
into
kids.
that-
You don't matter.
We should go into that later. But going
Yeah.
back to this whole fucking cell phone thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You know, even with video games, I don't know if you guys played video games when you were younger,
When I was younger, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the
You know.
day.
right? PlayStation, whatever. I remember there was a time where PlayStation, Sony, or whatever, they actually cared about the customers if they disliked something they did or whatever. Today, they don't give a rat's ass if you dislike it. If you dislike it, they're like, okay, we don't need you.
That's kind of like that across all companies, though. But yes, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, something has happened where they don't really care that much about the customer anymore because it feels like they know that you are hooked on their service or product or whatever.
Yeah.
So now they can do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
they
what are you
want.
gonna do? Not have a cell phone?
Exactly.
Are you gonna change to another company or up for an upgrade in 6 months? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What if all companies apply the same shit? What are you gonna do then?
Or what if all of us turned our cell phones off and stopped using them?
Yeah, but then
That won't happen.
You know.
I mean, I'm just
Nah,
as
no.
bad, dude. I
know.
think I talked
Maybe-
about this before. Like, the first week I was on Twitter or something, my shit came in and it was like, your screen time is up 936%. Like,
Shit.
oh, I'm such a
Yeah.
loser.
Yeah.
But before that, in all fairness, I've never had a Facebook. I've never had an Instagram. I've never had a TikTok. I never had a Twitter. I never had any of that. So how much do you use your phone if it's just text and phone calls? That's it. And
Yeah,
looking
that's
up the
true.
occasional thing on the internet.
That's true. But maybe we should go back to walkie-talkies.
Oh, I wish there was one from here to Sweden, dude. I would so
Over.
mail you
Right?
one.
Right?
10-4.
But it is
Next-
a flat
next
world,
tell
so
chirp.
it should work.
It should.
work.
It should.
Right? Hey, listen, we should talk about that too. But let me ask you guys: are you guys? Do you all only talk about flat Earth, or what are you guys doing?
No, I honestly, I've said this a couple times. I wish we talked about flat Earth less because, I mean, it's important on Twitter because there's literally people in my comments who, Timbo, you all know Timbo, he's a flat earther because of our posts, 100%. So it's important to me. That's that people like him, and he's one of the most awesome dudes I've ever.
Right, and when
I've
you're running
ever
a
come in
cult,
contact
when you're running
with,
a
but-
cult like we do,
Yeah.
you need to make sure that your members.
Come
are,
on, dude. I'm trying to be serious for a minute.
Sorry, I just had to lighten it up for a second.
No, I know.
All right.
But so on Twitter, it's very important for me. We post about all kinds of shit, but I know there's very little I can learn about flat Earth. So I want to learn shit from people. That's the point of starting this podcast. Is for me, yes, selfish. I want to learn some shit. So we want to have people on where we learn stuff. So I want to talk about other stuff. But yes, we do talk about flat Earth quite a bit.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not talk about it. I'm just saying, for me personally, if I do one thing for too long, I don't know, I get bored. I can't just be in one thing.
Oh,
You know what I
Rufus
mean?
is here. Hold up. Let me let him in. I see him down there. Rufus!
Hey, what's up, Rufus? Everybody got a face here
Yeah.
now.
All of us,
Right?
yeah. It was a group decision. We told nobody they had to do it. We told them it was their choice.
Yeah,
But Bill
and
and
I
I
think
were gonna
it's
do
gonna.
it.
I think it's gonna do a lot of difference. I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
I will
visuals-
say this: when I
visuals.
watch a podcast, I enjoy it more than when I listen to a podcast. When
Really?
you can see people's expressions, and when you can see
Yeah.
people go, and
Yeah.
whatever, like it's just good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Vince, I like you a lot more because I can see your face.
Do you really like this face? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
But I think did I just walk into hearing you say that not to talk about flat Earth?
No. That's not what I was saying. I was
Whoa,
asking.
whoa.
I was asking, do you guys only talk about flat Earth? Because just out of curiosity, Rufus, curiosity. I'm just saying, me personally, when I do one thing all the time, I get bored with myself. You know?
No, we want to talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but
Learn,
with
man.
that
We're
said,
here to
though,
learn. We don't know.
Rufus,
things.
you sound a little muddy.
yeah, maybe Rufus, go to your settings. Maybe that
Yeah,
might.
we went through this
fix-
with Death. Let's try again.
Yeah, let's edit this out.
You go to the settings thing. Maybe you know. Do you know?
Oh,
Rufus?
I
Death,
see
you
it.
got 2 days to clip this. It's not. No,
It-
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
is it Death?
We don't care. Yeah, yeah. He's the
Or
edit dude.
Death is the Death who edits. Okay.
Yeah, how about
Unfortunately,
now?
he messed up. And,
Oh, wait. Say again?
What about now?
oh, way better.
Much better. Much
What
better.
did you do?
Way better.
What did
Dude,
you
every
do?
time my settings reset.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I come in and I have the microphone set up in the stage, and then I come in here and then I have to set it in here again.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but Rufus, did you do anything else other than setting your mic?
I just did my hair a little bit.
I love it.
That was
That's
not what
about
I
it,
was
man.
asking, man. But that's cool. But I'm trying to see, like, because that is a big problem regarding StreamYard. There's a lot of people when they talk, like a couple of seconds or a second disappears when they start to speak when somebody else speaks. So,
Oh,
like a
but you
delay.
yeah, I
fix-
know. I did
yeah,
notice
but
that.
but you fixed that now somehow. How did you do that?
Are we good?
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
did you do?
He's just
I
wondering
just
what you
made
did.
sure that my microphone was turned on to my microphone and it wasn't like the device that I was
the
using.
computer microphone.
Because
Okay.
that computer
So is that-
mic sucks.
Oh, so it goes, okay, so it switches automatically back to your default settings is basically what you're saying. And-
Yes. Even when I change it in like the little lobby thing, I still have to
Yeah.
come in here and change it afterwards.
Okay,
So I'm
you have
sounding
to-
good now, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Now-
wearing
okay,
almost
good.
the same shirt, Rufus. What the fuck?
Space is fake.
Dude, me and you are always on the same vibe.
We are like
That's great.
we think so much alike. It's almost creepy. It's almost weird. But
Go ahead.
Well, it's just really good to be here with you guys. Sorry I was running late. Work's just kind of been a shit show these days.
Glad you could join
That's
us.
great.
Rufus.
I don't know how long we've been talking, but you know, it
I'm
feels
glad
like
you allowed me to join you.
42 minutes.
42
So-
minutes. Feels like 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It went right by.
So, anyways, I wanted to say this. Don't get me wrong. I think flat Earth is one of the most important things to talk about because you guys probably know that is the thing that is tying everybody together. You know what I mean? Like the sheeple that everybody got this in common. Like they've all been lied to, and once the sheep, enough numbers of the sheep wake up, it will become a massive thing. So don't get me wrong. I think it's super important. I'm just saying, is it the only thing you guys do or whatever? You know what I mean?
No,
That
we
was
talk
all.
about lots of stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
like what the second guy that we had on, or actually the first guest,
guy, yeah.
the first guest that we had on was talking about alien abduction.
Interesting.
And working for the cabal.
government. Yeah, he worked for the cabal. Like those were his.
He
words.
called it the round table.
Yeah.
Oh, that he did.
I
he
went
did,
back and
yeah.
I listened to it, and he said he called it the round table.
That's crazy.
So, did he
Well-
like confess or some shit like that? Supposedly, or what was he?
No, he basically told his story and how he was, right alongside with them, and then he never really. I don't think he ever really said he's not anymore.
Okay.
Now that I think back, I'm like, I don't ever think he really said that he didn't.
He said it like he was a contractor or something.
Right, yeah,
like
that's
a
true. That's true. So he
subcontractor.
wasn't actually in it, but he was, sitting in the same, rubbing shoulders with these people at dinners and these conferences and these meetings and whatnot. So
Yeah.
So, what was his intention? Like to tell people about it, or just
Yeah.
to brag, or?
no, just to, I guess, bring awareness.
No,
of
he has a book. He
he has
wrote a book.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
He was talking about it's about basically downloading knowledge when these things happen, and all about how
Downloading
he yeah like and he is explaining how you understand it, how it goes from like a symbol you don't understand to a
Yeah.
picture that you do of that symbol, and then the word for that symbol. So it's
Okay.
like a process. I don't know. It was over
Yeah.
my head, but it was.
Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, with
awesome.
no words.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god, I
just-
remember like he saw a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
That's about it.
cheeseburger. Yeah.
Cheeseburger was it, but he was a cool dude though. Interesting guy to talk
awesome.
to.
And
It was
we
an
had
entertaining
Matt
episode.
Rife on. Do you know who Royal Rife is?
Me, no.
The old dude who, from a long time ago, who he worked with Tesla and stuff, but
Okay.
they say he didn't, but he supposedly cured cancer with frequency generators and stuff. And
I've heard about
his
that,
great
yeah.
nephew was on our show. We talked to him about it. He owned,
Really?
yeah, he has the Rife technology company now, and he sells them, and it's
Interesting.
a lot of people are getting results. Of course, they're not allowed to say that it does anything, but you know what I mean.
But I believe in that shit with
I
the
do
frequency
too,
thing.
for sure.
Hell
And
yeah.
I just saw a video, Ted, that you posted on Twitter or whatever the fuck it's called. The thing, the black goo with
Oh,
the
yeah.
cell phone.
Yep.
Graphene.
Yeah, graphene. I don't know if we can say the rest. Graphene,
You say it.
You say whatever
I
you
won't
want,
say it.
Vince.
You
I
say
will
it proud.
self-censor, man.
Dude, do you want? Hey, get it all out, man. You don't even
No.
have to say C19 or anything, man.
I'm
Just
all
say
for
it.
We
censorship.
went through this earlier. He said
Yeah.
he's gonna candy code it.
Self-censor.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sniffles 19.
Yes,
Sniffles
we said
19,
it. We
yeah.
said it at the same time. Me and Des did that. Sniffles
There he goes.
19. Yeah. Wasn't that fucking thing like a brand as well? I'm talking about the real Sniffles 19, like the C.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right? It
It's a
like
clothing line
fucking-
too.
Yeah, government brand.
They always
Sniffles
have, like, they always put a harsh letter in it too, like anthrax.
Yeah.
You know, there's always
Mhm.
some harsh letter in there.
Yes, but
They
this
gotta
was
scare ya.
this was their biggest brand. Like this brand is as famous as Michael Jackson, or even more. Cole,
Yeah.
Cole, you know what I mean? Cole.
You got to have brand awareness.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
And like that, they made it a global brand. The government disease. The umbrella which they can enslave us under. It's a fantastic plan they had.
How many deltas you guys got going on over there now?
Well, I don't know if it's Delta anymore.
Oh,
They're just saying the regular Sniffles is back.
Oh,
And,
that one's back. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing is, these morons, they have like 15 of the what, not
Yeah.
15, but
Yeah.
5 or 6. Yeah. And
The
they get
shot,
this-
the death shot, that
the
one.
shot. You know, this, you know, the jab.
Yeah, the jab. Yeah, the quick jab, short jab.
They have taken like 5 or 6 of them, and they get the sniffles, 19,
Yes, they do.
and
They get purple hair too.
yes, that's one of the side effects.
Yeah,
That's one of the
for
side
sure.
effects. But they don't question it like, hold on, I just took 5 or 6 of these motherfuckers, and why am I still getting the sniffles 19? That's baffling to me.
It's
That's
incredible, dude.
Yeah.
There's people
Right.
attacking me on that post saying, like, about the vaccine and shit. Like,
I
it
know.
worked.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. How do you explain this percent? I was like,
It worked. Hold on. If it worked,
I
why
know.
the fuck? If it worked, why the fuck are they now promoting the mouth diapers again? Like mask up, mask up,
I know.
mask up. Why?
are they there?
that's-
They're not doing that here yet. I mean,
Yeah, I live in Alabama. I don't see any of that going on.
Yeah, if
I don't know.
anybody says that in
they're
Bama,
trying
they
to
just
roll
shoot
it
'em.
back, man. They're trying to roll
Are
it
they?
back. Yeah, I saw something today about.
oh,
they're trying
I'm
to
not
bring it
getting
back to
any
the
of that
hospital.
here at all. I've seen a lot of commercials for the vaccine, but I haven't seen anything about masks. But we got DeSantis here, so we'll see.
That too, and we got Alabama above us, so they just go ahead and throw them in the woods. They take care of them, throw them in the woods before those
hope so.
people come down here. You know what I mean? Like that's the
Dude,
filter
hey,
state. You know,
Hey, our governor was acting real shitty when all that was going on, and
they
I was
all do. It's because he was getting them
not
checks. But when that check stopped, it all changes, don't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh crap, I gotta stay in my seat here. You know, I'm gonna get voted out.
Who was your governor?
Voted
then?
out.
Kay Ivey.
Okay, it's not nobody I know.
Yeah.
She's
You know?
some really old lady, so she
Ah.
had a right to be afraid, I guess.
Yeah, ladies.
Nah.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, ladies should not be leaders.
Oh, now
yeah.
it's getting spicy.
They should be the leaders of the bake sale.
You know
what
why? You know why?
It's getting spicy.
In general, I don't think women are as honest as men can be. No, I'm.
Well,
dead
I did not
serious.
see it going this way.
No,
They're a
no.
bunch of liars, dude.
No offense. I love women. I'm just making an observation. You know.
This is
it's-
So
all
your
the women
so your
that are
wife's
not
not
in our
with you
audience.
tonight, is what you're saying.
my wife is. She's. You know. She's with
She's
me.
doing the
on this.
dishes.
She knows she's a liar.
agrees. No, she agrees.
I
Because you
will
know
say
what?
my wife does
She knows
too.
what's
So
good
go
for her.
ahead.
No, it's nothing like that. My wife is really, like, she's very different. Let
Oh,
me
I've
tell
seen
you,
her
because-
talk on your thing. So
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah?
very,
yeah.
like, she has her own mind. She's not just agreeing with me like
Right.
a lot of women, you know, tend to do with their man, you know, just agreeing. Like, we have some serious discussions. Anyways,
Like, okay, Connie, what's for dinner now? Like, that's great. That's great, Vince.
Yeah, none of
I
that.
Whatever
totally
you
agree.
want.
yeah, none of that shit. None of that shit. Because I
You
could
know,
never
I
be.
think
Yeah?
I think women, you know, I think they may or may not be more honest, but I will agree that they're definitely more catty and
Catty.
possibly
Catty.
more emotional too.
Possibly. Again, me and Def. That's the second time.
I know, you're right there.
Possibly.
Maybe you guys should start a podcast together. You know,
Dude, they are 100% more emotional. Come on, man.
Oh man, I'm just like chewing
Okay.
the end of my tongue. I'm just like, oh,
It's just a fact, Rufus. They're emotional, bro.
yeah.
Even my wife.
Like I said, I agree with that. I know a lot of very honest women though, so I'll stick up for them.
I
in that
do know some
regard.
honest women. I know some honest women. You're
Or
right.
maybe
yeah,
you're
I
just
mean, there are
gullible.
exceptions.
But
There are
well, we all know
exceptions.
that's
I'm
true.
just
kidding.
You know.
I'm just
You
kidding.
know.
But do you know that they're women? I mean, let's think about the times that we're spending
you-
maybe
living
they're
in.
triangled them?
Have you triangled them? Yes.
But you know, real men, for example, they can acknowledge when another man is like better at something that, you know, over themselves. Like they can
Right.
acknowledge that. While
Yeah.
women, if they
They're like-
see another woman that is better at something, they
That
get
fucking
like,
bitch.
they're like, I'm gonna fuck her up in some way. And then, hi, Christina. But in the back of her mind, I'm gonna fuck this bitch. You know, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they're very snaky in that way. We
have no
can
idea what you mean.
acknowledge, like, hey, Ted, you got a nice fucking beard. I can't get that. You know, I don't have as.
They'll point out the thing that looks really good and be like, that's so fucking trashy or something like that. And that's the one thing that they're like pissed off about.
Right.
Just take a look at how they greet each other. You're so beautiful. No, you're beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. You know what I mean? We don't do that shit. We're the opposite. We can give insults. The first thing
Oh,
we
we
say.
do.
You put a little on.
Oh,
about it,
yeah.
you know?
I talked to Bill yesterday in the first. So here's how it went. He told me to call him on lunch because I was like, "Hey, can we talk later?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "Oh yeah, call me on your lunch break." So I call him and he's like, "Hey dude, can you call me? Can I call you right back? I got to get my earbuds." I was like, "All right." So he calls me back in like literally like a minute and a half. It was a very short amount of time, and I'm like, "I didn't know you had to go to the store and fucking buy them."
First thing out of his mouth.
Yeah, but
That sets the tone for the rest. Yeah, and it just sets the tone for the rest of the conversation. Now I know exactly where we're at, so we can take a few jabs at each other and then get down to business.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, like that's how dudes are, right?
Yeah,
You know,
less
you put a little
bullshit.
weight on, bro. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but women, you look gorgeous. Meanwhile, they're like anorexic and shit. You know, like you're looking at them like, God, I saw Lisa like 3 months ago.
Right.
She's like 90 pounds lighter and looking a little rough. You know,
Right.
but you ain't
Right.
never gonna hear them say that shit. Like,
No,
So-
you get back in the car with them, and they're like, "Did you see how fucking big she was?"
yeah, I know. They're like,
So just by that alone, you can make the assessment that they're not as honest. Just by that alone.
Okay, all right.
Alone.
Okay, he's making the point now.
That's all you needed. That alone. Their way
Came
of
back
interacting
around
with each
to
other. Their way of interacting with each other. But the funny thing is,
They're a bunch
A
of
lot of-
liars.
in a way, yeah, they're not as honest. You know, if you're lying, you're a liar.
It's not lying, dude. It's just a different language.
Yeah.
It is
But
lying.
all the women know. All the women
Rufus.
know.
Rufus.
All the women
He's
know.
still trying to sleep with his wife. Just let him say what he needs to say. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, it's not because of my wife.
is it like?
No.
Can you call it hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphics.
It's lies, but in a different language.
Yeah, it's just a little different.
And they know what it
Yeah,
means.
it's like you see a hamburger, and then all of a sudden,
So yeah, I don't think they should be leaders. Based on that.
I mean,
But
well,
also,
let's.
also based on periods, you know.
Who's the?
Their periods. That too.
what if they had like a? Can't we put in like a pinch hitter for just like
What?
1 week out of the month?
I don't
Vice
know.
You
President
know, they
has
just
to
come
be a
in there and
They
like
can be
fill in for a
advisors.
little bit.
Listen, they can be advisors.
The vice
maybe.
president has to be a man if we have a female president.
Oh my
And then
god.
1 week out of the month, he takes over.
But it
Hey,
has to be a
listen.
real man, not like.
No, it's
I
got to
was
be.
gonna say,
not
dude,
like
you
Michelle,
know,
right?
You know what's gonna happen.
No.
But what if you guys had Hillary, man? That would have been.
That's what I was
disastrous.
just gonna say. If you think women can't lead, why don't we break it down in facts and look at the highest women leaders?
Okay, let's do it.
Hillary Clinton.
She's a monster. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, she
She's not a
runs a
woman.
freaking crime family. So
Okay.
She's crazy.
She's
And
crazy.
she- yeah, you know she beats the crap out of Bill, dude. Look
Yeah.
at him.
Kamala Harris.
The cackle Harry.
Leader, yeah.
You see where I'm
Kamala
getting
Harris.
here.
She led.
What's
I
the
know
one?
she led trains.
Jacinda Ardern.
Who?
Ah, Jacinda, the horse.
Jacinda. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, her. She's not
she
even-
did some
she's
good
gone
things.
now. But what about who else? What's
Didn't she join
Rachel
WHO?
Levine? The-
Who was that? Rachel Levine.
That's the
That's the leader of our health in this country.
yeah.
Okay, before we
It's a
just
man.
go all females, let's name a couple men and let's see what happens there.
Men, leaders.
strong leaders.
Michelle Obama.
Barack Obama.
No.
Michelle Obama.
He's a feminized man, right? He's a feminine
Oh.
man.
Oh, Mike's a dude. Yeah, Michelle's a dude.
No,
Yeah, but
he's
Obama.
talking about Obama. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
like B-Rock.
Oh, he's a catcher. He's a catcher.
Oh yeah,
He's a,
for
he's
sure.
a, He's a sissy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
That's
word
how
right
he's
there.
put
That's
it. He's a
yeah.
sissy. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
sissy, yeah, right?
Yeah,
I would
he
just say
floats.
I find it amazing that you know so much about politics in our country, and I know absolutely nothing about politics.
Listen,
I couldn't even
that's
tell
on
you who your
purpose.
leader is.
We don't know
Me
jack shit
either.
about
Listen,
that.
Me either.
No, I don't even watch anything regarding Sweden because Sweden is fucked. I'm totally, Sweden is doomed. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
only focused on what is,
Salvageable?
essential.
Have y'all
Essential.
gotten? Have y'all
Your
gotten?
country, huh?
Have y'all gotten to naked news anchors yet?
Not yet, but I can't see it
But
in a
It's,
couple of
it's
years.
around the corner. I've heard a rumor that Satan's throne resides in your country. Isn't that
No,
where it is?
Isn't
Sweden?
that Switzerland?
Oh,
or
it might.
something
It's
like that?
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it wouldn't surprise me.
You're close
Yeah.
though.
Surprise
You're
me.
close though, right?
But listen,
your neighbor
Yeah, no,
somewhere.
it's not close, but in heart, it's close. but
That was an American thing to say, huh? Like,
You could get
it's
there-
right
you
there.
could get there in a couple days. You could
Yeah,
get there
but
in a short
It's
flight.
just a
Come
sled
on.
ride,
Listen, I realized that there is no use for me to even try to wake anybody up in this country because they're far gone. I mean,
They're
there
just
are
straight
some.
robots, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
They
You
do
know,
like riding bicycles though in your country.
whatever. I don't pay attention. I don't communicate with these people. I'm serious.
I don't communicate with these.
No,
people.
I don't. It's impossible because all they can talk about is what they're gonna eat and what they, what work they're doing, whatever, and when they're gonna get a free day or whatever, a holiday,
Yeah.
and football and what else? The weather and bitches. I don't know, some bullshit. But there is no depth in them.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't like talking about bitches, dude.
I'm over
Honestly,
Come
bitches.
on, man.
I'm really over bitches.
He kind of described most American college men just
Yeah,
now.
I
He's,
mean, not even college men, dude. People
just
in their
yeah.
30s, people
Yeah,
like
Yeah, I guess you guys got
we're
a lot
gonna
of
go
those.
out and get some
I don't know.
bitches.
But
I got
you
a couple. I got a couple of guys at work who know what's up.
Oh yeah,
oh, people
They're
are waking up for sure, but the average dude is like,
Oh, I also saw a couple of people stroke out at work too. So
yeah,
whoa.
there's that.
Off of what? Death.
no reason.
off of okay.
Exhaust fumes.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Okay, so you got these people too. Of course, I mean they're everywhere, but I think there are more here. I mean,
Well, they all have their cushy Swiss bank accounts, man. And
Yeah,
What
and
would
they're
you
they're
do?
they're content. They're content
Yes,
with whatever
exactly.
they got going on. They don't care for truth or digging into stuff. They're like,
it's
I
just
don't
got to get a
care.
little more comfortable or uncomfortable. The more
Yeah.
uncomfortable people get, I feel like the more they're seeking for these kind of
That's
things.
true.
Like,
Turn
why?
up the
What's
heat.
screwed up? I'm
That is
working
true.
Why
hard
does
as I
everything
can,
suck so bad?
and it still sucks. So
That is true.
The comfort
So-
level.
That is true. So the elite has to, bounce between like how much we're gonna do our agenda, but also keep them not so, miserable. Like we have to keep them happy, but also achieve the agenda, but not too much because that will take away from their comfortability. Like they have to balance that shit.
And they
Mhm.
do it.
And they
do
know,
it on,
like right when it's almost to the tipping point,
Yes.
then they throw Trump back in.
yeah.
Yes, we got to talk about Trump.
They back off for like a decade,
Wait,
And
but
then-
before we go
Yeah.
do that, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Yes.
and then they ramp it back up hard for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean it's because it's gotta be exciting, right? Like it can't just be boring and predictable. They got to throw a little something in there, right, to throw you off.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everybody knows how the hell it's going to go down, right? Like over there, are you guys are pure socialism, right? On the border communism.
Pretty much, it looks like it. Yeah.
It looks like it on the surface. Or like,
Do you get any
do
kind of universal basic income?
Not yet, but I think Canada started that. But I think Sweden will be not that far after.
Your
So they're not
healthcare?
paying you to live there.
What do you say?
They're not paying you to live there.
In Sweden,
Yeah.
paying? How do you? You mean,
Well, that's
do you mean
what-
like welfare?
Yeah,
I mean-
well, that's what universal basic
Like
income
common,
would
like
be. Just
yeah,
like,
like Commonwealth.
you
like
live here,
Commonwealth,
you're
yeah.
making some money.
No, they don't give you that, but
No.
they give you welfare if you need it, and if you're an immigrant, you will get a lot
Everything.
of good treats.
I mean, they do that here too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. They're fucking invading your country as they're doing with other countries, but mainly your country right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I think they're trying to, in Sweden, for example, I think they're trying to replace the original Swedes. I think so. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, yeah.
Slowly
because-
but
That's
surely.
what they're doing in England, Ireland, Scotland, everywhere over there.
And the thing is with original Swedes is that they don't dare to say anything because the government and the media they've installed this, you know the thing. I sound like Biden. The thing that if that if you criticize anyone that is not a white person, you become a racist. That thing, the
Oh, so
labeling.
they're starting that over there now,
Oh yeah,
or they're
been
just
doing that.
heavily into it. Yeah.
They've been doing that for 10, 15, 20 years or so. But so the Swedes, they don't dare. They have all of these thoughts, bubbling inside of their skulls. They're like,
Right.
they think these things, but they pretend like, everything's fine. So, but I don't know. Probably that's on their own fault. Like, you have to say something, otherwise your country will be fucked. And that goes for you guys too. Like, you have to start saying shit and fuck
Right.
these labelers, these fucking wizard words label motherfuckers. That labels you with these isms and ists.
Pronouns.
Yeah, these fucking labels comes from these motherfuckers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, you see,
Racist.
Vince, I feel like that's why focusing on flat Earth is so important. Is because when people wake up to the realization of that, they're gonna
Yes.
speak up, man. And right
Yes.
now, I mean, it's not. They haven't been motivated enough to speak up yet. So
You know what's
something's got
funny?
to change.
You know what? I completely agree with you with that. You know what's funny with the flat Earth thing is if we turn it around, let's say everybody thought the Earth was flat, like that was what everybody was taught.
Mm-hmm.
And if you came with the globe model and everything that comes with that, with the Big Bang and the sun and the moon being the same 400 miles, but whatever, all of the bullshit that comes with the globe. If you told the sheeple that believed in flat Earth that story that they actually believe, they would have said, "Get the fuck out of here with that."
Yeah, no, they just shoot them on the
bullshit."
spot. Yeah. No,
Right?
this one's crazy. Shoot it and throw it away.
Right?
Well,
Yep.
They would have ridiculed the fuck out of you if you came up with this whole globe bullshit. They're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck no!
Bro.
I see the sun. We're not spinning around the sun. The sun is coming to us and shit like that." They're like, "It's not moving. It's flat as fuck." We're standing still. All of that shit.
Yep.
Think if it was the other way around, Bill, when I came to you at work that day. I know it's hard to grasp, but what if you believed the Earth was flat? And then I was like, dude, no. We're actually spinning at over 1,000 miles an hour. And you'd be like, you need medication?
I would be like,
or-
I'd look at you. I'd be like, I'm gonna be right back, bro. Yep. Right out the call the
God.
wife. Yep.
Hey,
he's
can you
gone.
go check the brake lights for me real quick?
Well, that's the thing that they did is like in our history about it, people got killed for it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. For thinking that the Earth was a
thinking
globe.
that the Earth
Yeah.
was a
Like
globe.
Copernicus, they threw him in chains and
Uh-huh.
all the. Get
Yeah.
the hell out of here, dude.
But
They
And
did
it's-
not.
It's
Come on,
hilarious.
son.
It's hilarious that they actually believe that.
He was
shit.
a bum on the corner. He was, and he just holding the sign up and shit.
look at these sticks, bro. You
Yeah.
see those shadows?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's hilarious that we all used to believe that shit, man.
Right?
Think about that for a moment.
Right? We were morons, man.
Morons. We just weren't critically thinking. We were
Yeah,
those
morons
people
to
who
a
just
degree.
wanted to know where we're going partying tonight.
Yeah.
Rufus has a point. We weren't even really questioning it because we were just like, hey, that's just what it is, right? Like,
We had
that's
the
part of
appeal
life.
to authority.
everybody
we're like,
knows.
yes.
this
I mean,
is
that
weird.
sounds weird, but they're smarter than me. They must
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
better.
I'm a
they're the
retard,
astronauts.
so,
You know.
But I always thought about this when I believed in the ball. I was thinking like, how come the sheeple don't think about that we're spinning in an endless space? We're on a ball spinning in a galaxy. I was thinking like, how come the sheeple never thinks about that we're actually on a ball spinning?
Yeah.
But now that I'm a flat earther, I've come to the conclusion that it's probably because if you don't mention that you're on a ball, they don't actually think that they're on a ball. It's once you mention that, hey, we're on a ball spinning in galaxies, they're like, oh yeah. But otherwise, they don't even think that they are on a ball because,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Because they never
No, you got
observe
a
it
point.
ever.
No,
Yeah,
That's
they don't
true.
feel it. You know,
Because
they don't
it's-
feel.
it's understandable that people who didn't have rockets thought the Earth was flat
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's what your reality is.
because that's what it looks like outside when you go outside. It's fucking flat.
Yes.
And they don't want
know-
you hopping in a plane looking for the curve now. Is you're thinking about it, right? Like, oh, I get to go on a plane. I'm going to see the curvature of the Earth, right? No. If they're not mentioning any of that any of the time, you're going on a plane, you're just looking out like, wow, man, that's crazy, you know? But you're not
right.
thinking like, wow, it looks pretty flat. I don't see any curvature. That's because you're not thinking about that.
Right, and I hate those.
Not even close.
I hate those globers who says that. Dude, I've seen the curve on an airplane.
Those are my
As if I'm-
favorite.
As if I'm not, as if I have not been on an airplane
know.
as well.
That's
know.
why I always say, do you think
Right?
you're the only one? Someone came one time and was like, I was a pilot in the military. Or no, it wasn't even a pilot. It was on a boat. I was on a boat out in the middle of the ocean and you could see the curve. I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, do you think you're the only person who's ever been on a boat in the ocean?
Right.
Like, what are you even
Right.
trying to say,
Perhaps he
man?
was out there for a long time and then
Yeah.
started to see the curve, you know? It's about time to come in.
The scurvy made it.
I was
start-
just gonna say that. I was like, bro got scurvy. He was.
You
out
know,
there
curve
too
is in
long.
scurvy,
I
right?
know it is. You got that curvy.
saying.
Curve and scurvy.
The curve and scurvy.
There's curve in the limes too. Isn't that how you cure it?
That is how
Well,
you.
the limes are
Interesting.
curved. The scurvy's curved. The Earth must be curved.
It's
Oh,
pear
makes
shaped,
sense to
actually.
me.
Hold on. What about that? You know, the thing they're doing in what is it in Saudi Arabia or something? The line, it's called the city. The line.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
Bill
saw
posted
that.
a video about that a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, now
right.
it's actually
Mega
starting to
city.
come to fruition.
Yeah. So how does that work? Like, how do they compensate
work.
for the curve?
Imagine.
yeah.
Well, just imagine the sanitation department of that place.
It's gonna be.
I
That's
mean,
nasty
it's
stuff.
still in its satellite CGI phase. The last
Yeah,
time
I
I
think
checked.
so.
Not,
Uh,
not
Yeah,
only
they-
that, you say. I wonder how they'll the fucking the sewage or whatever. Just so you know, every major city takes their sewage, puts
Oh.
these bacteria in it that eat shit basically, and then they skim the water off the top because that shit sinks, and they put it back in your faucet. Just so you
What?
guys know, that's
Makes
what
sense
Is that
to
happens.
for
me.
real?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
100%. They recycle the water through,
In the end, though,
and then
don't
they
we
add
all
chlorine
eat shit?
and fluoride. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I eat
Just
shit
a-
daily. So
I mean,
She has a point.
potatoes,
I
manure
eat pieces
and
of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
so good.
Yeah, but again, how are they gonna do that line? Like, with the curve and everything.
Well,
How-
they don't
how's
need
that-
to do it because gravity takes care of it for them.
Oh yeah, the magic
Why?
thing.
And they're Muslim, so they believe the Earth is flat.
Oh yeah,
Oh, so they're good. So they already know. They're,
Yeah.
they're building on a foundation of truth.
Yeah,
Good for
they're
them.
Muslim.
I mean,
as
except for that whole Muhammad thing, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah.
but
I mean,
hey,
over short distances, their prediction method is just it's just a assumption.
It's like
Oh,
a guy.
You know, yeah.
Mm.
they're assuming it's
If
flat
it's
anyway.
bigger area, then they've got like a better formula.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's like an approximation,
Yeah. I mean, as long as you assume it's flat, you could build right over the curve, no problem.
Oh yeah, just like because they didn't know about the Van Allen belts, they got to the moon no problem.
Exactly.
We
If
didn't
you
know
don't think
about
But now
about
that
it,
we know about it, yeah,
no
we're not.
clue.
We got to figure this out now.
Yeah, now we
Love
have
it.
trouble.
So what
heavy,
is
heavy drug use at the top. Just
what
all
do
I'm
they
saying.
say when you say when a helicopter is hovering, for a while, and it still lands in the same spot? What is their explanation for that?
That the
They're
atmosphere is spinning along.
Retarded.
The atmosphere is spinning along with the Earth,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
that so everything is going. But there's so many problems with that. But go ahead and make your point. 'Cause,
No, the helicopters are tidally locked. I'm pretty sure that's what
Oh.
they said.
Idly lost.
Yeah,
Or
only
shit ain't
when they
moving.
leave, though. Only when they're hovering.
Or could it just be the simplest thing that shit ain't moving?
I know exactly.
No, no.
That's why I love when Globies bring up Occam's razor. I'm like, are you serious? You want to
go
come
like-
at me with Occam's razor? You're the one telling me there's a curve, but I can't see it. It's spinning, but I can't
Right.
feel it. You can have gas pressure next to a vacuum, but you can't demonstrate that. Like, and you want to come at me with Occam's
They're not
razor?
only jumping
Right?
through the hoops, they're on fire, and they're trying to hula hoop with the hoops while they're on fire to get
That's
to Occam's
just the
razor.
orbit, bro. That's just
Oh,
the,
okay.
the
All
orbit. It's just going.
Pretty, that's a pretty
And
nice sway.
you know
going
what's-
on it, right?
You know what's funny with these Globers? They feel like they're working for the system. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like
know,
they-
like they're gonna get, yeah, they're
Like
gonna get
Agent
out of
Smith.
it.
Yes,
Agent-
like
yes.
Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Exactly like Agent Smith. That's what it feels like, man. It's like, what
Bring
the
it-
fuck? What the fuck do you gain on defending the system? The
Yep.
system wants to fuck you in
Just-
the ass.
I
Now,
know.
Vince, hold on, dude. Just imagine though,
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Here we
going
go.
to college, right?
Yep.
yes.
And you are just so good at what you do. You're like the teacher's pet. You have all the right answers. You're sitting up front, Space!
I can tell you how far every star is, bro.
Yeah. I can see all the constellations and draw lines and connect them with my mind. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like they are just on it. And then all of a sudden, here comes some grimy dudes with beards and no, you know what I mean? Just no
bro.
care in the world. We're just like, yeah, that's all crap, dude. And it's like, what? Wait, what? No. Wait, what? Ow. Ow, your bearded voice is scratching my ears because I just spent 17
Yeah.
years in college and I have this degree sitting over
I
my desk and I'm still out of work, but I hope to be there someday. But I can tell you all about space. That's what we're up against.
Yes.
So
That's the
you're
people.
saying part of it is like an ego thing that they have an
Part of
attachment.
it, like, dude, 90% of it is a fucking ego thing.
It's everything they have. It's all they have.
And I didn't understand that before. I really didn't, because I'm not the type of person that has an ego. Like, I'm the type of person that asks other people to teach me shit. Like, just teach me. I want to know.
That's
I know
smart.
you know more than me. Teach me. I've always been like that. And so when I came across Flat Earth, they're like, you just want to feel special. Like, I didn't feel special. I felt like I've been lied to my entire existence.
Right?
And I just learned something that no one ever bothered to show me. That's how I felt. So their
Yeah.
whole thing about you just want to be special, or you just want to, like, I
Dude,
don't
you-
even know what they think.
You're
I
just
can't
taking
even
the limelight
understand it.
away from them. Their own little their whole world is crushing right before their eyes.
What's special? I mean, you get like bullied or whatever
Ridiculed,
you want to say.
yeah.
Ridiculed,
Yeah,
ostracized, or whatever you
yep.
want to say. Yeah.
Dude,
all of that shit.
5
That's not
years
fun.
speaking English, and ostracized and
I
ridiculed.
don't know how. I don't know how.
You're like Miami Vice, yes, big America.
Hey, don't make me become a khaki. I have a khaki voice and we talk like this in Kakistan. We take sheep, we shave head with it.
Clip.
You take them, take balls. but yeah, I learned that on Ostracized. I learned that on Detective Colombo.
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Detective
Nice.
Colombo. Just one more question.
We play that over there, dude.
Yes, I watched that in the fucking 90s, man.
Oh man,
When I
yeah,
was
me
a
too.
kid.
That's like what I was forced to watch when I stayed home sick from school.
But listen,
yeah,
Rufus,
Middle America,
listen,
so
Rufus,
that's what they do.
Rufus, listen. I think shit like that was good for us because what Colombo did, it installed like skepticism. You know, like, is this motherfucking lying to me? Is he trying to fuck me over? You know. But now they don't show shit like that anymore. They show bullshit.
Yeah,
to the
they're not
kids.
even allowed to think like that. You know,
Yeah.
you can't have skepticism.
So back
You
in
have
the
to
days,
trust.
yeah, back in the days, there was better TV shows for sure. That was actually, I think it was good for us.
There were
to see.
morals in there and stuff. It was real
Right?
weird.
They
know.
taught you shit.
And
like,
we used to
don't
hate
do
them
this.
though when we were like, at least me, because
I
my mom
know,
used to get me to watch them, and I was like, "This is so boring." But and she'd always, I love you, mom. Now, like now, I always look back and I was like, "Holy shit! If I would have just
Yeah.
listened to my mom, my life would have been so much
Yeah,
better."
but you were young.
All
man,
the
I
shit
say it
that
all the time.
Yeah.
But you were young. You know.
all the stuff I
you
thought
had,
was so crazy. She's like, one day people are gonna have the mark of the beast, and you're only gonna be able to get. And I was like, you're crazy. I swear to God, this is what I heard my whole life growing up. I'm not even joking, and not like in a crazy way. She didn't like do
No,
it,
just
but she was
nonchalant,
just
right?
like,
Yeah.
it's a matter of fact. This is what's gonna
gonna
happen.
happen.
People are gonna have scanners under their skin, or they're gonna have the mark of the beast. Like. Shit that I wholeheartedly know is true now. She used to say when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it was just from the Bible." Like,
From the Bible. Okay,
Yes.
let's go into the Bible a little bit because I don't know what your stance is on that because I have
oh, this is gonna be
I
a
have
rough
skepticism. I have skepticism. and,
right.
I do too, in some
all right,
ways.
okay.
I'll be honest. Yes.
Okay.
Who doesn't now? I mean, with everything going on and everything being thrown at you at the speed and the amount that it is, I mean, it's kind
Yeah.
of hard not to be skeptical about everything in some sort of way.
Everything, man,
Yeah,
everything.
Yep.
Right. So my thing is this, and I've tried to ask Christians or whoever, Jehovah's Witness, whoever, to answer this question because I ask them. I'm like, okay, you guys. You admit that the devil is the greatest deceiver of all time. They're like, yes. Okay. I'm like, okay. And you also agree that the devil might be timeless in this realm, right? Like might exist for God knows how long. They're like, yeah, I can see that. Okay. So if that's the case and the devil knows what it's gonna plan, how is it not possible that the devil has been writing the whole book, putting in truths in there, but also putting in what it's planning to do, so that so that it gives it credibility? Like, oh, it says mark of the beast. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to
yeah.
say, like,
Oh, I know
how
what
the
you're
fuck
saying.
do I know
And
it's not the
I
devil
have those
doing
thoughts
it?
all the time, but
You do.
I'm also a firm believer in that there's definitely parts of the Bible that were taken out, for sure. And there's, like, the Book of Enoch. It's one of the greatest books. It was pulled out for sure. Jubilees, another great one. They all talk about flat Earth, basically. But besides all that, they took a bunch of stuff out. But I'm also a firm believer in the fact that they have to tell us the truth. They're not allowed to not tell us the truth in some way. Now with television and entertainment of all kinds, they found ways to slip it in to tell you the truth in other ways. But back then, they had to tell you the truth in some way. So they left parts in the Bible, and there are parts that are missing. And I can't say I live my life 100% by the Bible, and I know that there's parts that are missing, and I also know that you can take a speech from someone or a sentence even and take parts out and make it mean something totally different. So I understand that, but I believe that a lot of it's truth that they're not allowed to not tell us. That's just my personal beliefs. I don't know for sure. But I also believe that even if it is bad, a lot of the things that I've seen people get from the Bible are good. They're good in their lives. So again,
I agree with that,
like when people say, "Oh, flat Earth is a psyop. This is a psyop. The Bible's fake." Like, if the results are good, then they're not doing
Yeah.
a very good job because
judge it by its fruits.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Flat Earth brought me to God. I mean, I grew up
Yes.
with it, but I never fully believed it, and it brought me to it. And
Yes.
the Bible brings a lot of people comfort, clarity, even if every word's not true. I believe it does more good than harm, if nothing else.
You got great points there. I agree with you with that. But one thing that is like bothering me is this. I might be wrong. I don't know. But apparently it says that you have no chance in defeating the devil or whatever. You have to leave that to God, and God will do that. I don't know is that true that it says that, something to that extent.
I've never heard that specific thing. I've heard that basically you should turn your problems over to God, like
Yeah.
to
and
to
not
say,
not to worship man. There's no man that you
Right.
should worship.
Oh, yeah,
You should
for sure,
focus on
but, like-
Things of
worshiping
this
God.
earth, the earth is the devil's, right?
it
Like,
says
so
that
this is
many
hell.
times in
Right.
the Bible that the earth
And
is
when
the
we-
devil's realm, for sure.
Yeah, and when we say the devils, everybody's thinking like the dude with the horns and and the pitchfork, and he's in a burning hell.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's the case.
That's
I
not
think,
what I think of.
I
but-
think it's just evil in general, right? Like sadistic evil as a collective, as a consciousness, as just this like.
A force.
I
Thank
believe
you,
it's
yeah.
literally the way it says in the Bible, and he was an angel, and he decided
Right.
that he was better than God, and that he could do it better, and that he converted, what is it, a third, 33%, of course, a third of the angels. 33% of the angels to go against God, and I think he's the leader of them. And I also believe that he is the one who came up with the heliocentric model, because
that's
he's signed
sure.
it everywhere. And not only
Yeah.
has he signed it everywhere, but who else has that much of an investment over generations, lifetimes? Because you're not around to see the fruits of your labor. You're not around to see that. So for someone to craft a lie that big that will last hundreds of years to turn people away from a creator, that has to come from whatever you believe evil is, whether it's a devil and with a pitchfork and a pointy tail, I don't care. But whatever bad is, that's where it comes from.
Right.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
if this is the devil's place, then aren't we already in hell then?
Or maybe it's his summer home.
I think about that sometimes, man. I think about it. It's a beautiful place, though.
I mean,
You know,
there's a
honestly,
lot
like,
of
Maybe
different,
hell is beautiful.
there's a
Thanks.
lot of different interpretations of what's
But
going to
and
happen.
then you got to think like a lot of the newer flat Earth stuff coming out. It's like saying that we don't know a lot of these places on Earth. We've never seen these other places. What if paradise is here, but we're just not there? We don't. we can't
I
get there.
personally believe that
know?
the Garden of
Who
Eden
knows?
is at the center of the. You know
yeah,
the
north.
27,000, well, not the north, not our North
Ah.
Pole that we know of. You know the 27,000 year calendar that goes around the
think I've
center
seen
of
something.
the Prague clock, basically, how the whole thing
Oh
goes
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Right at the center.
Oh, the center of the whole thing.
Because
huh?
right at the center, because the whole ring of the sun goes around like this, but right at the center of that, there's one spot that would always be warm, that would always get sun on it, and all the rest would go into ice ages, but this one spot would always be warm enough to sustain life. So that's what I can't say I believe it. That's something I've thought about. And if
But-
you go back and look at some of the videos, it's like that one spot always stays warm. It's weird, but
Okay, hold on, Ted and everybody else. What is your idea of paradise? Like, what do you see as paradise?
anybody else want to go first? Because mine might take a minute.
Dude, all I'm thinking about is golden streets and like clouds because of
Well,
everything.
that like
Yeah, the
Yeah.
narrative.
what do you? Hold on,
Golden
let's
streets.
clarify. What do you mean as paradise? Do you mean like a spiritual paradise,
Heaven?
like once you die, or do you mean like paradise on earth?
Well, I think I mean, after you die, like the Jehovah's
That's
Witness
then my answer doesn't apply. So
Have you
Okay.
have you ever done a really heavy dose of psychedelics?
Oh, definitely. I've done.
Here we go again.
I've done 66 mushrooms and 66 mushroom trips and 1 DMT.
Oh, I thought he said it at the same
Like,
time.
you
I'm like,
ate
oh
60
my
times.
god.
No.
Jesus.
I had
No,
3.
60
She ate the other 22 caps.
No, 66 trips. So I definitely know about that shit. Yeah.
Very
Oh yeah, they can be
Mushrooms?
fantastic.
I've done acid like 10 times, so I guess I'm technically legally insane, but I've done.
Oh yeah.
That's
Me-
apparent.
Me too, homie.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you think the Earth's flat, buddy?
Yeah, that's true.
How do you think we got here?
Yeah.
All the acid.
Okay,
All
hold
the
on.
ads.
So Death thinks paradise is like golden streets and.
I don't necessarily think that.
It's just what he
I had a
pictures,
very,
right?
Dude, we
Very-
have it recorded, bro. Again.
Well, listen, Death.
I know.
Death,
I have a
that
very
was the first
Christian
thing that
upbringing.
came.
I do
That was
too.
the
Yeah.
first thing that came from your head. That's
Uh-huh.
probably.
I know, that's the best
me-
answer.
To me,
struggling.
paradise is the removal of the
Evil.
shackles, man,
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
and the feeling of anxiety of, just being enslaved by. I don't even want to say like having to go to work every day, because even
Fear.
if you didn't have to, yeah, it's like a fear.
The
man.
release
and
of
it's
fear.
instilled with us all the time. The release
The
of
release
fear
of
and just
fear.
a sense of just euphoria, and that you don't have to deal with the shit anymore, man.
Okay, let me ask you this, Rufus, since you're talking about, getting rid of fear. What if you eventually you get bored that there is no fear? Do you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Like-
he can answer, but I
Yeah.
have a totally different answer in a way. But go ahead, Rufus. I know you can't. How do you feel happiness without sadness? Is basically
Yeah,
what you're getting at.
That type
Right.
of thing.
I
yeah.
mean,
yin and
for
yang.
me, I believe that the true, true happiness like that, you don't have to think about that, man. There is no boredom.
Say
There's
you
no
had
such
a
thing.
really shitty childhood and it was horrible, right? And then around 25, 26, your life got great. Do you think you would ever look back and be like, man, I really wish my life was still kind of shitty. I miss that.
Well, no, not like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I mean, like there should.
The balance.
Doesn't it have to be a reference thing that you can reference to?
Right.
like-
Okay. So he's saying, how would you know what happiness is?
Oh
if
yeah,
there's no
and I mean that's
so
the original thing I said, but
Yeah,
we all know what shitty is already.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I should go back to the shittiness. I'm just saying
How do you
the
right.
existence of shittiness should still exist somehow. I mean,
Somewhere.
Well, if
maybe
we-
somewhere
Somewhere.
else.
If
Yeah.
we all maybe this is just coming off my head now. This is something I
that's the
thought
best.
about. But
That's the
maybe we're the people who came down here. Maybe we're up in heaven and we are getting bored because everything's perfect and we're like, "Hey, you know what? I want to go down to earth where it's shitty. And I want to
Yeah.
get in there in the trenches and I want to do this.
Try to fix it.
And I want to
Yeah.
I want to do this because maybe you're right. Maybe it does get boring being perfect all the time.
because I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, Alan Watts.
I was about to say this sounds like we're going down to Alan.
I have
Watts.
no clue who
right?
that is, but
I don't
Really?
either.
He
I
was
don't
a
either.
British,
Yeah.
British psychedelic guy or something from the 70s.
Okay.
He talks about stuff like this, and in one of his speeches, he says like he believes that we are all the same. We are God. Like he says, what if you were God and you could dream whatever dream you could dream of, and you do that for endless times, and you do everything you can ever think about. He's like, what if eventually you get bored of that, and now you want to dream a dream where you don't know what's gonna happen, and is a little bit more, unpredictable.
Yeah, you get like a surprise me setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. So he's like, and you do that, and you're like, oh shit! You come out of that dream, and you're like, oof, that was close, And then you're like, let me turn it up a notch. Let me completely forget that I'm God altogether, and I'm just a peon, whatever, like ant, in comparison to God. And let me just experience that shit. And he's like, and that's where you are right now. in a
So
nutshell.
what you're
have a
saying is,
choice.
so what you're saying is maybe we weren't supposed to find out that the Earth was flat,
maybe I don't know.
and this whole thing was like designed to be some sort of bullshit to like deceive you into believing you're an insignificant speck of dust.
No,
Is he like on the star seed tip and all that? Like he?
I feel like it's just like a haunted house.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, the star seeds. Like, does he feel like he's like a descendant of the Palladians or something like that?
No. He's just
No.
Okay. I had to ask
maybe,
because that kind of coincides with it a little bit. They were saying that like, oh, we need to go back down to Earth and be born as a human again and live through the trials, and then all that.
No, this
stuff.
guy is basically saying
He's just done a lot of drugs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can we just sum it up like that?
Yeah.
He's like basically saying, listen, life is just an experience, and it will never end. It will just go on forever and ever. And I kind of believe that in a small way. That just like a dream, if a dream didn't end, let's say a dream did not end for you, that would be your reality. Let's just be real. If that dream never ended, that would be your actual reality. It's just that it ends and you come back here that you realize that that was a dream and not reality. So what if the same shit happens when you die here, and you wake up in another place and you're like, oh, that was just a dream. This shit right now, what we're doing right now.
Right. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And then it continues on and on and on and on forever, and you will never find out anything.
But you don't remember your previous
exactly.
life.
Just like a dream fades away, this existence, this reality fades away.
So we're all. I mean, some of us could already be dead or have died.
I don't like you
before,
anymore,
right?
dude. No, I'm just
66 times, guys. 66 times he has tripped out on mushrooms. It's just not
that's
forget
Satan's
that.
number.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, maybe I am
just
Satan.
maybe do it one more. Just do it one more.
67.
You gotta do it one more.
He does it one more time. He's like, guys, everything I said before, total crap. Total crap.
It was
I
the
got a new one.
67th one that got me.
It's like I
think
figured
about
it
it,
out
guys.
beyond that. You got it. You got a point. Like,
No, you do.
and you know who else believes a lot of that? And I'm Freemasons.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
No way. Am I
Yeah.
a Freemason now?
No. No.
Not at all. Mushroom 66 times. No, weird fucking
Damn,
new
I
age.
should have said 67, man.
No.
Fuck, bro.
I screwed up,
And
man.
I knew I was like, I'm thinking, like, do I say it because it's gonna like be this ruiner? But like, no.
Come on.
Row your boat gently down the stream.
Hey,
merrily,
listen,
merrily,
I'm
merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream. That is one of their.
Bill,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's from them.
I'm just gonna stand behind that I'm dishonest. So 66 doesn't apply.
I don't.
I meant
I made that up.
64.
Yeah.
I meant 64. Okay.
Fair enough.
It was
I
33
think
times.
I don't know if you all agree with me, but I think we need to make this a regular thing with Vince. I think
Absolutely.
I
Oh,
think
come
we
on.
need to bring
Oh, come
Vince
on.
on the next time we throw the Twitter link out on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is
you
that?
gotta
So
get-
we do
you
this
gotta
every
get a
once in
taste
a
of that.
while. We called them, what are they called?
Free for all.
Free for alls. And
Okay, what
I
is
just
that?
throw the link to our StreamYard on Twitter, and whoever comes in comes in.
Oh, it's
And we battle globies. We hang out with some cool people. The only problem
love
is
to do
I'm gonna
that.
I'm gonna start paying for StreamYard soon. I'm so cheap. I'm gonna start paying for StreamYard soon because without it you can only have 6 people, and it doesn't let you have anybody
yeah.
else. But
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
pay
yeah.
for it, you can have like 10. So
Oh,
We'll do
we
that.
want like some big team battle shit in here.
yeah, it's fun,
Yeah.
and we get some fun
Let's
people
go for
too.
war.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
It gets
let's
a
go
little
for war.
verbally violent.
Listen, I'm tired of this fucking bullshit world full of fake people. You know what I mean? It's time
Yes.
for
So tired of
Me
it, man.
too.
Oh yeah.
it's time for directness to come back. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Make directness great again. You know what I mean? Make
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So tired of the bullshit.
Dude, the world needs more people like you, Vince.
That's for
Oh,
sure.
let's
Gotta
create
say
them.
it, man. Let's do
Let's
it.
Oh,
create
Why do
so-
you think we're doing this?
Not only that,
Let's
I'll
create
just
it.
say here, Rufus had a great idea for a hat that we're gonna make on the run up to
What is
election season. It's "Make Earth Flat Again."
Hell yeah.
Yes.
The red hat with the white
MEFA. That's it.
MIFA.
That's a good idea. I think it will turn flat again with that. You know,
Hell yeah, it's going to turn flat again.
right? Because
Whether any of these
what I'm seeing.
assholes like it or not.
They better
Right?
not be bending their brims either.
No.
That's just got to be stupid
We
flat.
better, yo.
Right?
Bro,
Like the Gleason's right on the brim.
I bend
Why
my
do you
brims.
think all
alright,
my?
but that
oh
one I
no!
won't.
Why you think
There you
that
go.
always?
There you go, Rufus. That's
Wow.
what I'm
It's
saying.
not-
Yeah, the
it's not-
Gleason's
it's
right on that
definitely not
shit.
a style statement. I'll tell you that.
Good idea, man.
You start seeing it globe up,
It's a
You're done.
conversation
You're out.
starter.
No
Yeah.
curve.
Someone,
That's
when
right.
someone tells
No
you you
curve.
look like a retard, you tell them why.
Yeah. Great idea.
you, sir, you are the retard. Let me
Do
tell
that
you why.
shit. Do that shit. But
Don't do
listen,
it. Don't do
let's
it.
go back. Let's quickly go back to the thing here. How do you know you haven't lived before this life? How do you know?
I don't know
Oh, yeah.
that.
You know.
I don't know that. And then you know what? I mean, there are parts. Man, there are just some things that make a lot of sense, like the term "old soul" and all that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know people that are old souls, and I know people that are new souls. Like, whether it's just
Yes.
whether it's just the terminology of it or not, like. You could really see it. You know what I mean? Like my
Well,
wife.
it's like this person has
she's a young
wisdom,
soul. You know.
wisdom beyond their years, and then
Yeah.
it's the other people who are like puppy dogs.
Yeah.
No, and it's wild. Like, and it really makes you think. Like, is that just by chance, or is
Yeah.
there something to that? I mean,
And does that have anything to do with if somebody has an easier way to wake up or not? You know what I mean? Like some people have an easier way to accept new information, and some reject it. you
Yeah.
know?
right?
Biff Don said that the thing that woke him up was his wife saying
Crisis
the term
actor.
crisis actor.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what got him to wake up. And as
He's
soon
like,
as
why
he
is there
heard-
even a term?
Yeah.
You know what
Sorry.
crisis actors are, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I want to say it.
Oh, you say it.
You know the school that
We
Alex
came
Jones.
up with a foolproof method of this. All right.
Oh, wait,
Bring it back.
The foolproof method of what? Not getting kicked off YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have only like 7 views and they don't give a shit.
Yeah, and that too.
Well, you want to grow eventually,
But remember,
Talking about going fishing, right?
yes.
Yes.
So,
Go
have you ever
fishing.
gone fishing at the beach and dropped your fishing hook in the sand? And then you have like a sandy hook.
Oh! I didn't even know where we were going there.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah,
was a
that's-
good one.
So
That
this
was
is
a
how
good
you
one.
do it. Yeah, this is how
So
you talk
tell
about
us
it. Yeah.
about when you drop your hook in the sand
Oh, yeah.
and it's a sandy hook.
Yeah, that when I dropped my hook in the sand, I saw a guy who smiled when his daughter was off.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
He was laughing, not smiled.
When
He
the
was
shark
actually-
ate her at the beach.
Yeah, he was actually laughing when the shark ate his kid.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I was like, "That's weird." You
That's
know?
weird.
Why are
And
you
it wasn't
laughing?
even you that dropped the hook. It was some
No.
other guy
Some other asshole.
that lied about it
Yeah.
and then just like made up some bullshit story about it. And then, who
Yeah,
cares?
from that I learned, that's what a crisis actor could possibly be.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of those guys. You know what I mean? That laughs when a
There's,
shark's.
one of the parents of one of the astronauts who died in the Challenger explosion.
Uh-huh.
Her parents were laughing in the crowd also.
Who
Oh, I've seen that.
died?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That's
Do you think
pretty
part of
weird,
that's
too.
ritualistic?
Yes. Mockery.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For
I
sure.
think it was just a faulty O-ring.
Yeah. I think part of it is they're getting paid or something, and they know they're on TV and they're regular people before that, and they're like, oh, we're on TV, and they can't control themselves, and they're all
Really? Yeah.
smiling. It's
I still
Or
love
are they
your-
laughing at? Yeah.
Oh, I still love your theory, man, about the moon landing. And like why they were so pissed off when they,
oh
when they
yeah,
got back down and
I
had
for
to do
sure
the whole
believe that.
parade and
Have you heard
everything.
that, Vince?
No. Tell me.
So I believe that the astronauts really thought they were going to go to the moon. They were training for it. They were going to go. And the government was like, look, in case something goes wrong and you end up dying on the moon, we're going to film this fake thing just in case. Because how bad would it look for America in the Cold War if Russia put Sputnik up and then we're like, oh, we're going to top that. We're going to go to the moon. And then they blew up and died. So I think they told them, hey, we're going to fake this thing in the studio. We're going to set it up just in case shit happens. And then when the day came, they're like, oh, look, we can't do it. We figured out it's not going to happen. And then they told them, and then they told them, so we filmed this shit, and now you have to go on TV and pretend like it was real. And that's why before they left, when they really thought they were going to be the first humans to go to the moon, they were all excited and happy, and you could see the smiles on their face. And then when they did the press conference after, they were like, yeah, it was cool, you know.
Well, yeah, but first I have two questions with that. I'm wondering who the fuck would sign up for this thing in the first place, like where it's like a huge chance that you will get blown the fuck out, blown into pieces.
Well, there's like jet fighter test pilots and shit. So there are some people that
are crazy,
that are just like.
I mean, would you take the risk though to like go to the moon?
There's a lot of people that
no one has ever been here before. They could find somebody.
I'm not the type that would, but there are people that would. There are like the first jet car, the first jet engine, the first everything. Somebody had to be the one to go, I'm going to test this. Look at the Wright brothers. Well, technically they're not the first, but we won't get into that. Who were the first in flight. So they were the first people to fly knowing that they could die and crash, supposedly. So there's always a first. There's always that crazy person that will do it. And also, they're Freemasons.
Okay, I guess you're right on that. But the second
two.
thing... Yeah. The second thing is when they look like depressed on the press conference.
Yeah.
You said that maybe that's because they didn't get to actually go to the moon, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But why does it feel to me that it's more like when you're lying, it doesn't feel good lying. You know what I mean? Like it's fake.
Well, I think that's what it was, that they didn't get to go and they're having to lie to people and tell them that they did go. That's the part that I think was bothering them. Not that the mission failed, but
it's because they're taking credit for some shit they didn't do in their mission, and they know that's fucked.
And they're being humiliated on live television. They really are, even though to everybody else they're not. But to them, they're being humiliated. Like, you guys thought you were going somewhere?
Yeah.
You were never going anywhere. You're pawns. And now you're going to do what the hell we say because we have you. They think about it. They had them by the balls, right? Like, what are they going to do? Go out there and tell everybody,
what are you going to say? I lied. We didn't go.
Right. No, because you are heroes now. They made them into these heroes, these iconic people, right?
Yeah.
That little kids look up to. And think about the guilt that they're carrying.
And on top of that, they have to keep this lie for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
That's what a burden right there.
You never see Neil Armstrong talk in public. He became like an alcoholic and he never talked to people because I think it weighed too much on him. And then you got Buzz, who has dementia anyway. And
he can't shut up.
I know.
I don't even think it's the real Buzz anymore. Have you seen a picture of him? It's like, who the hell is this guy?
Whoever he is, he needs to let off some steam. Like, he needs to get it out. Like, I didn't go. No, I didn't.
Oh, he's doing it.
He's done it.
He's doing it. It's just like, that'd be great.
But we didn't go there.
I would have done it. But we didn't
and that's just the way it happened. And just before we end this part, I think the thing that lends the most credibility to Ted's theory is the fact that, they did seem so excited before they went.
Yeah, they were all in it. They were going through
the motions. Tone didn't change until afterwards because I think that they thought they were actually going to go.
I do. I really think they thought they were going to go for sure.
And
Just
when
like
they found out,
how about the dude who hung the lemon on the freaking thing? He knew that it wasn't going to make it. They went from even Werner von Braun when he went in his old videos when he's talking about it. He's like, this won't be possible for many years. And then like 5 years later, they're landing on the moon. Like, come on. It's so ridiculous that people believe it at all. It's so absurd.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Have you guys heard about this theory? I don't know if it's related, but it kind of is in a way. That the stars represents, like, each of us are linked to a star.
Yes, I have heard that.
And that is our, what would you say, like, proxy or whatever, like our outer version of us linked to
like
our
basically
body.
we're antennas, and that's
like
what's
frequency shit.
projecting our whatever down to us.
So are you trying to say that every time a new person is born that a new star is formed, or that multiple people can be linked to the same star?
It could be both of those things. I have no fucking clue about that, but I'm just saying maybe there is something to that, because when somebody dies, or not when somebody dies, but when somebody's close to dying, they say, I see the,
light.
Yeah, I was seeing the light. Maybe you're going back to this fucking star.
I don't want to get sidetracked, so I'm gonna write down your stars thing. But something that messes me up is I heard this thing, and they're like, you know how you've been told your whole life to go into the light when you die because that's heaven?
I know what you're saying.
Like, the light is actually the soul trap, and you need to turn around and go there. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Dude, the first time I heard that, I was like, you're a dick.
I know.
Like, how do you just say some stuff like that?
It ruined my
And
whole
it messed
shit.
me all up, dude. I was
know,
like, I was messed up for a week after that one.
That creates a dilemma now, right?
Yes.
Because
To say the least.
Well, we
Can
need
you
to
imagine?
I think our next guest needs to be someone with like a near-death experience, because
That would be nice.
you'd have to know if, like, do you even have control to be able to turn away from the light, or is it just something?
I mean,
where you're
I've heard
being
people talk
gravitated
about that
towards
they
it and-
they
We should
didn't
ask
walk
Death.
towards it. Yeah,
let's
we
ask
should.
Death.
I know.
Yes.
How does that work, bro?
We do have an expert on the panel.
There ain't no avoiding the light, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It looks that good,
All
don't
right.
it?
It's shiny.
One,
Yeah, it is.
1 hour and 50 minutes clip.
One guy says, I don't know if I believe him, but his name is Thomas Campbell. He says his theory is that when you die, you're gonna go to sort of like a waiting room or some shit like
Purgatory.
that. I don't know, maybe.
Rebranding Apple shit.
So yes, continue. Sorry.
Actually, it'd probably be more like the waiting room on Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking love
Yeah.
it.
That's funny. But yeah,
Take a
he's
number.
basically he's saying you go to a sort of like a symbolically like a waiting room where you will be confused because you're like, where the fuck am I? And he says you will then be greeted by whoever that is, whoever that makes you feel comfortable. It could be your grandfather, it could be your mother, or whoever. It doesn't matter. Whatever the force is gonna simulate that person and explain to you some shit about where you're going next.
Okay.
And sort of like ease you into the next phase, because you're gonna be like, oh, where the fuck am I, like that.
What was the movie? There was a movie about that when with what's her name, and she goes to in the time machine and then sees her dad on the planet or whatever. Damn, what the heck is
No
that
clue
movie,
what you're
dude?
talking about.
I know.
What the
See,
fuck?
But explain.
I've only done 33 mushroom trips, okay? I haven't
That's
hit
gonna
the
stick
66.
forever, right?
Give me a
Gonna
break.
stick forever,
You
right?
need to pick it up, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, but
no.
explain, Bill. Bill, explain if you can.
No,
Explain
there's
to us.
it's God, what's her name, man? There was a
Just some actor lady.
Anyway, yeah, they
get the fuck-
they find this relic, and it's like the instructions to build this time machine, right? And the government's all involved, and she gets in it, and she drops out. There's like snow on the screens or whatever for like 16 minutes, right? And this thing never leaves, but she actually leaves, so they don't believe her, right? And they go through the whole thing. She stands in front of the government. She's like, "I swear to you, I went there," and this and that. Anyway, that's kind of what he was talking about. She went to this place, which we believe is heaven, right? And but it was like a waiting place. There was nothing else around. It was on this like weird looking planet thing. But her dad comes walking up to her and explains to her that like, yeah, this is what it was all about, and this is what it, where you could go, but it's just you're here unlawfully. You're not here correctly. You need to go back.
Yeah, they do a lot of that in movies,
right? In
where
Hollywood,
they use the dead close relative to ease you into a truth
or a trap.
Exactly. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because if I'm greeted by somebody, whoever it is, what happened to that person? Like, did he get a job, like to be a greeter? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a social worker.
You know what I mean? Is that his job to do
That's
that?
what I do now.
Well, you didn't think you were gonna go to heaven and escape the shackles, Vince.
I know. Oh my God!
Come on now,
Have
buddy.
you ever? Do you know who David Cross is?
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had an old HBO show, Mr. Show, with Bob and Dave. And Bob is Bob Odenkirk, who is Saul, Better Call Saul. But anyway, so he had an old show. He's a comedian. He was in Scary Movie. He was in a bunch of shit. But he's super atheist. And I used to love it because I used to be atheist. But
Well, me too. Yeah.
he talks about how there was some newspaper article in some Georgia, like, local newspaper. And it talks about how the roads in heaven are paved and the bus drivers, and he's like, imagine you die and you get the job of a bus driver in heaven. And he's like, and the paved roads, he's like, that means there's fucking tar in heaven. I'm like,
Right?
oh my God.
That's pretty
That's why I
ridiculous.
can't listen to
now
these people.
Now all I can imagine is going to heaven, and instead of my grandma greeting me, it's David Cross.
Yeah,
and he's
there he
like,
goes.
you know what? I was wrong about
I
everything.
was wrong. He's Jewish.
Remember what I
so.
said when I was on
He's gonna
Mr.
be painted
Show?
blue.
I was deceived.
I was wrong.
But
Contact. I found it. The movie Contact
Contact.
with Jodie
Okay.
Foster.
No.
Jodie
Okay.
Foster. You couldn't remember Jodie Foster.
I don't know, dude.
isn't
He
it
was
funny,
thinking
though?
But
Johnny because she's
if
like
you get a
dude.
chance to see that movie, it's
Contact.
I
especially
saw it like
now.
a lot of years ago. I don't
Right,
remember.
it's old, but
I'm
especially
serious. I
now.
really did do time travel.
It's like Jon Stewart on Half Baked. It's like, did you see that movie? Have
Man,
you seen that movie on Flat Earth?
Yeah, but if you
How come
yeah,
there hasn't
Contact.
been? Yeah.
Contact, yeah, watch it now with everything we know, and I bet it's gonna ring
Yeah,
different.
there's a lot of movies that you watch in that.
that's what happens when you use Tubi.
With new eyes.
True.
A lot of
You
things
got
happen
me.
when you use Tubi.
Let me ask you guys this.
That's why Bill changed his microphone.
It's the same one. I just took the sock off.
Yeah.
Stock.
So what? Ask us what?
Oh,
man.
that's what
Ask
Yeah.
us.
I want to
away.
ask you guys. Do you think the movies that had all of these predictions or regarding technologies back in the 80s, 70s, 60s, whatever it was, there was movies that was predicting what we have today with technology and shit. Do you guys think that was just accident or or did they actually have these technologies back in the days and they're just slow dripping it out to make it look organic? What do you guys think?
Occam's
Like,
razor, right?
Yeah, what
Yeah, right.
what do you think?
Just
They had the
saying.
shit.
Like when
Oh,
they
like
had
the
the globe in
technology-
1927, and then all of a sudden we had the globe when they flew up there and took pictures of it.
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I mean, Maybe I'm.
I
just
mean,
a
think
stupid
about it
flat
this
earther.
way. I mean, if you think about it, and the government is in charge and mandating all the information in all the schools, and it was a mandate that when I was growing up, at least, that we read the book 1984.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I had to read it.
Why did they put that into the school
Yeah,
curriculum
that's a
if they
good
didn't want to
question. Why
reveal
make
those
you
kind of
read that?
things to you,
Yeah.
and put that into your head,
Yeah.
like
Right.
So
revealing
Yeah, no lie.
everything. Hmm.
So
Revelation of the method.
if they knew that it would eventually turn that way, like, was they just guessing, or did they know that this technology would be rolled out later on?
They knew.
To
Absolutely.
enslave us?
They absolutely knew. I mean, one of my biggest like dreams when I was growing up of something that I wanted to have was a watch that I could watch TV on.
Mm.
Yeah.
When you're a child, like that's what I dreamed of. I
Yeah.
was like, I just want a watch that I can watch TV.
And
on.
now you
now
can
we
actually-
have it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
FaceTime was like the future to me.
Yeah, remember like there was like video phone and stuff. It was
Uh-huh.
all glitchy, and they're like, yeah, but one day it won't be, and you'll have it in the palm of your hand.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing, though. Even that's bullshit because you see ads from the 1940s and shit that they're like video phone, blah blah blah. Like they already knew. They already knew. They were already creating the shit. It was already
Yeah.
back then. Everything we have now is like blow the dust off. Here, brand new for you. Like it's
Yeah,
not.
pour some
It's
paint on
not
it, yeah.
really new, man. It's just recycled old crap they want to give the peasants. now.
Wait a second. So you're telling me like when they first landed on the moon that it wasn't a landline that called the moon?
First when
Yeah,
they
that
first
was-
landed on, they brought a really long cord with them. It was
Yes.
they had higher technology, so they had USB back then. So like
Right.
they had a really long cord, and they
Super
just
long.
Oh, that must have been how they got back.
it was like on one of
Yes.
those long reels, and
They
they just
pulled
wound
back
it up
down.
and they put it on the
Yeah.
bottom of the rocket. And it was like while it was going, it was crazy. It's awesome.
So then the question.
Grappling hook. It's like a grappling hook.
Yes, just like that.
Dudes, I got to drop out.
Oh,
All right,
death.
man.
Yeah.
Don't
gotta
die,
go.
Love you,
Death.
man.
The,
I
the
won't.
sexy factor is gonna drop. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm so
Peace
sorry.
out, Death.
Love you,
Hey,
man.
Vince, it was good to see you, man.
You too, man.
Even
Even though you're Death.
we're gonna have you,
Yes.
we're gonna have you back. Apparently
Absolutely.
a lot.
Oh,
My-
the next time we
My
do
pleasure.
an open thing for sure, he needs to be
My
here. 'Cause
pleasure.
I want
Whenever
to
you
I want
get
to
a
see
little
him
taste
get
of
some
that one.
globies.
Yeah, I
Get a
want to
little
get.
taste of that.
I'm like a jester, but yeah,
Aren't we all?
I'm like a
Okay.
jester.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, later,
Peace
man.
out, Death.
All right, brother.
Peace out, Death. Listen, so then, how far in the back in time, like, did they have what technology? Like, for example, did they have AI thousands of years ago, or is AI something that has come recently?
I think
Or
we
did
got to
AI
figure out.
create this?
Did AI
Yeah,
create
I mean,
this?
I think.
thought-
Yeah.
Shut
I
up,
think we gotta
man.
figure
Don't even
out-
say
yeah.
that. No.
no, that's
You
very
notice it's the
interesting.
guys that have done a lot of mushrooms that had the most the
I know.
coolest
the
answers, and
awesomest
you're just like,
thoughts.
damn
I've only
it.
done
Like-
it a few times. They've way outdone me.
Dude, you should do mushrooms 66 times.
I have some in my fridge right now. Mushroom
Yeah,
chocolate.
there's a few on my
Alright.
pizza waiting, but I don't know. We'll
No,
see.
those are not
Not
good.
those. No, I got the mushroom chocolate, the polka dot ones in my
Oh.
fridge. They
Oh,
good.
Dude.
Okay.
It
The first
literally
time-
on the back it tells you how many squares to eat, and it's like
Oh, I've seen that.
it's like a regular whatever, and then the most eat 5 squares. It's God mode. That's what it says. It literally says God mode. I think it's awesome.
Look at Vince.
You know what?
It's like,
Hold on,
yeah.
I'm gonna go get
Yes.
it. Hold on, I'll be
That's
right
my
back.
mode.
I'll be right
Alrighty.
back. Do it.
It should be legal, man.
We get
Should
like a
be legal.
knock on the.
He's-
Open up, Ted. We know you're in there.
yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, let me just ask you guys another thing, a completely different thing, regarding going back to the Bible thing. Apparently, it says in the Ten Commandments or whatever, God says or something, that talking about a male or a female slave. What the fuck is that? Like, you should not treat your male or female slave in this way, whatever way it is. What the fuck? How?
I
how
think
is
times
having
were a little bit
Yeah.
different.
But come on, man. Time for God doesn't exist, man. Like, oh yeah, that was God in 1300s.
Dude, you're thinking like caveman shit, man. You know, I mean, I see the hieroglyphics from back in the day, and they've got like cell phones and shit.
It's true.
I don't know. I'll give you my theory on religion, and I am a very spiritual and God-fearing person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that religion, whether it be Christianity, Muslim, Jewish, whatever it is, I think it's all bullshit, man, and it's meant to divide everyone.
It does feel like a cult type
of
thing.
It really does.
But what if it already happened? Everything that everybody's like anticipating, right? Like you know, how, like we're learning more and more now. Like since that, you know, there were removed books of the Bible, right? That they happened to be historical books of the Bible that actually just went into detail of history itself, right? And can we honestly say that everybody here that believes at least mostly that there's the things in the Bible actually happened at some point? Can we say that, or no? Because if you can't, then it's hard to even. What else do we have to you know, prove creation except our observations, right? You understand where I'm going with this?
So, like,
Kinda, yeah.
You're trying to say that everything already happened and like history repeats itself, so it's kind of just like coming to fruition again, or
like
just elaborate a little more.
There's people. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, what if it is in plain a history book, but there are fanatics that want to use it to control people, like you're talking about, right? Okay, and that's the control aspect of it is that people now don't really know because we didn't live back then, right? All we've ever had is the next generation. Every time they just hit reset and they reteach it again and reteach it again, but really it already happened. Okay, and it's a form of control, a form of fear God, right? Fear what's going to happen. Revelation. This is what's gonna. This was what will happen. This is what will come to pass.
Oh, I can totally see that.
You see what I'm talking
about,
right?
That's what I said. It's just set there to deceive people and divide them, and
but
put
it
them
doesn't
in fear.
discredit
Put
the
them in
Bible,
fear,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying. I'm not discrediting the Bible one bit. I actually believe that, if not all of it, 98% of it is true and has happened. And this is where me and my Christian faith falter, because Christians don't believe that the end times have occurred yet, right? I kind of think that it may have already happened.
Hundreds of times, maybe.
Yeah, right. But in what form, right? Was it the actual events that occurred? Yes. But then every time after that was just this ritualistic recreation, like a play, like a movie, like a theater, like a big
stage.
Theatrical,
like,
right?
It's
like
the
a
world's
theatrical
a
event,
stage,
right?
Bill.
Almost
Right,
like that.
I know, and I was kind of like, without coming out with, you know what I mean, with the clicky words and everything like that. Like,
why do you think popcorn was invented?
Maybe that's interesting. That's interesting. But
yeah,
how do you explain the slave thing? What is that about?
That I don't. That's just. I mean, everybody had. You know, their slaves been around for a very long time.
Yeah, but come on. It says you should not kill, you should not steal. Mm-hmm. Okay, you should not steal, right? But if you're forcing somebody to become your slave, you're stealing their free will.
Okay. I'm just.
If I force you,
right?
Bill,
but I'm kind of. I'm trying to figure out where you read this or what you're referring to.
In the Ten Commandments. Shit.
Are you talking about like the actual, like the old Hebrew?
I don't know. I just pulled up, the Ten Commandments, because I heard some flat Earth guy. I don't know if it was Ted Rufus or you, Bill, that shared some 70s video of a guy that was an original flat earther. I don't know if it was any
for the Flat Earth Society guy.
Yeah, he was like,
he was on like a talk show or something, and they were all making fun of him.
Yeah, he said like, really the only things that are the words of God is the Ten Commandments, and the rest is like not confirmed by God or some shit like that. I don't know, but that made me want to look into the Ten Commandments, and there it said like, you should not. I don't remember exactly what it said, but you should not treat blah 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 this way, and you should not treat your male or female slave that way, whatever it was. I'm like, what the fuck? Slave? And this is God saying this?
Yeah,
Slave?
again, so now you see what I'm talking about, right? How a lot of that was written for that time. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then they just, people over time have taken it and applied it to their time. Okay, and here we go. Like, that's just using common sense. I'm not saying that that's what I believe. I'm just trying. That's my best explanation for it, right? If you're asking me, I don't know. I wasn't there when they were handed to, to Moses.
I just have a big problem with that. This just sounds weird.
Yeah.
That it comes from God. And another thing.
But don't you believe that women should be slaves?
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm kidding.
Listen, I might think they should not be leaders, but I don't want them to be slaves. I'm not that evil.
Write that down.
Fair enough.
Get that time.
But where it says, I'm a jealous God.
Yeah.
What is that? Why is God jealous?
mean, he's got a lot of competition.
Yeah.
A lot of people are vying, or a lot of these other entities are vying for his,
Nobody can compete with God.
Yeah, you're right. I don't
And
know.
another thing.
Again,
it
I'm
said-
just giving you what I
know. I don't
I
expect
have no
like
idea.
you have all the answers.
No, that's what I love about this. I love different
Yeah,
opinions.
just
It's awesome.
throwing shit out,
Yeah.
But another thing. What was it? You should not worship other gods. Okay.
That means there's other gods, right?
Exactly. And there should be no other than one God.
See, now
That's
you're
weird.
getting into you're getting
That's
so
it.
this is where
You just ruined me. I'm just
so
kidding.
no, this is a really hot topic right now, man.
Let's make
the
it hotter.
actual
Yeah.
the actual etymology and the lineage and what the words in the Bible actually mean. The old original Hebrew words, and that there were more than one God. And
Shout out
like
to Dave
Elohim.
Murphy, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's
allegedly
Elo,
Dave?
there's
Yes.
there's Yeshua. Yeshua was
like
the
him.
the son of Elohim, and then there's all these levels of
So let me
Well,
ask you
huh?
this.
Anyway.
Say we were just to put us on some ridiculously small level. Say we were some kid's science project, right? And he created all of us, and there's other kids in that science project that created other shit. Does that make you love the person who created you any less just because there's other people that created other shit?
Can you take that again?
Yeah.
So if there are other gods
Yeah.
and our God created us and our realm that we know,
Okay.
does that make you love our God any less just because some other God created a different realm that you have no connection to? Maybe it
No.
might make you think he's not as all-powerful above everyone else as you may think, but do you appreciate your existence any less because someone else? Like, do you appreciate
what
your
you're
house
saying,
any
yeah.
less because your neighbor has a house also?
No, of course I will respect, my God.
Right.
But
Right.
What
I will
if-
also say you're not the Almighty, though.
Well, in your life, it is.
Yeah,
in
in
your
my life,
existence, it's the
sure.
Almighty.
Yeah.
So
But you're not
he's
the
talking to you.
Almighty.
He's talking to you. Like, think about your parents talking to you when you were a kid. When your parents talk to you, they are the Almighty in your house. They are the rulers.
Sure.
They have
Sure.
rule over you. So if they're talking to you, they're not like, we're the rulers of this house. The neighbors over there, they're the rulers of that house, but we're the ruler. Like, they're not going to even bring that up. They're just going to say, I am the one you listen to. I am your parent. You listen to me.
You rule over me. Sure. But I still want to know who's the supreme being.
Oh, I
Don't
do
we
too.
all?
I do too. I mean,
When you
I
hit
mean, I
that
think we
100 mushroom, you're gonna know.
I think about shit like this all the time,
You
man.
gotta
Like,
find them.
all the time.
The supreme
even
being.
as a kid, like, okay, if God created us, who created God? Where did God come from? Where did that happen?
that question.
Like,
I got the answer for that one.
oh,
What if-
awesome. I will sign you up for your Nobel Prize, man. Come on, let's do this.
Hold
Dude,
on.
you don't have the answer.
I have.
None of us know shit.
Oh, dude,
I
I want
have.
to hear
That's
it.
That's right, Rufus. But
really
this is
fun
gonna be
to
good, though. This is
speculate
gonna be good, though,
exactly.
Rufus.
It's not that
gonna be real good.
spectacular. Okay,
Oh,
it's not.
Oh,
It better
No,
be
it's not.
after that.
It's not.
I know
It's
that.
not
It's like, I got the answer for that. It's like,
No, but hold on. You guys, you haven't figured it out, right? The answer for that.
No.
None of you.
or just people are afraid to share their answer for that. I mean, you know.
Leave it to Vince.
Huh? Okay.
Leave it to Vince.
So yeah,
to
I
point it
had
out.
the exact same fucking question. Like, and that was actually not being able to solve that question turned me into an atheist, you know, because I wanted to believe in a God, but I was like, who created this God and who created that? Who created, you know, the endless fucking thing. But that was because I was applying this reality's, what would you say?
Good point. Yes.
Things
Parameters.
to God.
Rules.
Yeah,
Yes.
parameters.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, because in order for something to be created, there has to be a beginning and also an end. You know, that shit has to exist. So that is why I was asking that question. But once I realized, hold on, he doesn't live under these fucking rules. He created this limit to time for us, just like a video game where you create something, you create a video game and you put in the rules like, you know, this is going to start here and it's going to end here, whatever, the level, whatever it is, however you want to put it.
I know what you mean.
He
Yep.
created the rules in this video game, but he, or whatever it is, doesn't have any limits to time. It's
Right,
just a
yeah, it's
stream.
Everything's all at once.
Yeah.
Everything all at once.
Yeah, and once I figured that out, I was like, of course.
Yeah.
There is a God.
It's just like
You know what I
if
mean?
we turn a video game off and then go live our lives and whatever, like our relation to the video game, like you're saying, is like his relation to us. Like that vast of a difference of reality.
Yes, and then the people, like, there are characters in the video game, and they don't know, like, who created the video
can't.
game. They're just like,
They can't.
You know, we're
You
just
know?
walking
They
around.
can't even fathom.
And you shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't. Really. Like if you could, I mean, you'd just be a superpower, honestly. Like you'd be above everybody else. I
Yeah,
think.
and let me tell you a depressing thing. I don't think any of us will ever know the ultimate answers. Because why I'm saying that is the only one that knows the ultimate answers would be the one supreme being. And that's not us, unless we are the supreme being, as Alan Watts says, but we only
We're
forgot
all
about
parts
it.
of it. Yeah.
But if we're not that, we will never be able to understand the complexity of what the supreme being knows. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not in our capacity.
It's not, we're not capable of it.
Yeah. So once you know that, maybe you will get a little bit relieved. Like, okay, I won't be, learning the mysteries of existence.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let me stop spending energy on that.
You won't be chasing mysterious galaxies that don't
Yeah.
exist. And
Yeah, and the funny thing with this is, we're all truth seekers right here. You know, we're all truth seekers right here, and so we're seeking new information. But if we were able to come to a stop, like a dead end, that wouldn't be fun anymore, right? So, but yet,
What do you mean by that? Like on the Truman Show when he like hits the wall?
Yeah, like if we found
you
out
talking
all
about
the
an ice wall?
answers.
Or,
yeah, I'm talking about like we're always in a quest for more truth.
yeah.
But at the same time, we don't want there to be an end to
Yeah.
it as well. So
It's like a race car
paradox.
driver.
Yeah.
Like they love the race,
Yeah.
but when it's over, it's over. Like you don't
Right?
you don't want it to end. You want it to keep going. You want
Yeah, so
when you
where
get
does
there and
that-
it's just like so disappointing.
Yeah, and where does that leave us truth seekers? Because we do want more truth, but
I feel like
Will
there's
it end?
always more truth though. There's always shit we don't know.
If enough of us come together, I mean, are we not creating that at that point? Are we not creating that quest, that drive to find it, that new idea? You know what I mean? That new
Yeah.
fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That fire.
Yeah.
Like, are we not creating that now and essentially creating our existence? I don't know.
I think
Or,
you
you know,
have
I mean,
something. Yeah.
You see where I'm going? Like, and
Yeah.
that's where the whole, that honestly,
I
is
think
where
I
Ascension
think
comes
Vince is onto something too, though, because
Yeah.
I love this shit, man. And it's just like so exciting to me, and just like trying to unpeel the
No, dude,
layers
yeah,
of an
he's-
onion, you know, and
he's
you find one,
honestly
and then like five
exploding my
more open
brain.
up. And
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm bummed that Rufus and Death didn't get to talk to him before because and
there
I'm
will
bummed
be
that
more
it took
times.
this long to get him.
Dude,
here,
I love
and
this
he's-
guy,
I
man.
know.
We
I
sent a
told
couple
you.
messages to each other, and like I wanted to like hop on
Oh,
your
yeah.
show too, but we're like trying to build our own thing too. you know?
Absolutely.
Like,
I get it.
You know,
I get it.
don't want to go off and be just Rufus on the show. And Bill and Ted
What?
did that as kind of like an introductory thing.
Yeah.
And
but now
I'm not
we,
opposed to us kind of doing our own thing sometimes, but when we're
You
just trying
should
to
be,
build
man.
it,
There it
Be
is.
when
You
we're
heard it
just
here
trying
first.
to build it, man,
be opposed
I
to doing your own thing.
fucking
That was Rufus putting
love
his
you guys.
that was
man.
Rufus putting his blinker on to get ready to change lanes, just so you
Oh,
all
no,
know.
no. Honestly,
Really? What do you wanna change?
I feel like I'm
Where do
nothing
you wanna
without you
change?
guys. I'll admit that. Like you guys raised me up, and if it was just me by myself, I'd just be a retard talking to like 3 other retards.
Now you're a retard
No, no.
talking to 4 other retards.
No, listen, Rufus. That's bad
I
thinking.
love you guys, man.
No, that's
we're-
bad thinking. Don't think like that.
So
That's right.
before
I
we
know.
forget
Yeah,
and
thank
totally
you.
I'm
move
fucking
on,
pointing
hold
at
on,
you now.
check it out.
Remember
So,
that you're a.
Can you read it?
The fuck is
see.
that? Serving suggestions. Microdose 1 to 3 pieces. Stimulate the mind. Oh,
Mind-
this shit. This is cool.
10
Therapeutic.
to 15.
God mode,
God
yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
God
wall-
mode.
Dude,
ma-
I think
walls
you should
might
just
melt.
eat that whole thing right now.
No,
Ted.
it's-
Let's see what happens, bro.
Is that
Ferrero Rocher polka dot mushroom chocolate.
Oh,
Oh, so it
right
doesn't
now,
even
'cause I can
taste that
see right
bad
through
then?
that
No,
chocolate.
it's delicious. You can't even
Where
tell.
the fuck? Can you just
I've
go
got
to the
something.
store?
I have a guy bring it to my house.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean,
As a matter of fact,
I
you see
mean-
right now.
No.
If we don't open the door right now, we're knocking it down, motherfucker.
hopefully they make that legal everywhere. But
Yeah.
but listen,
I didn't
listen.
say it was legal. I said I had it. There's
Edit
a big
that shit
difference.
out.
yeah.
Edit that shit out. But
It's just the
listen.
box, though, dude. There's nothing inside.
Oh yeah,
okay.
no,
You
it's
just-
empty. It's
You just printed it out from
yeah,
the internet.
I printed it. It's empty.
But listen, I love just. I don't know if I've said this to Ted before. I don't remember, but I've come over the. What would you say? Like, I don't care if I look or sound dumb, and that frees me.
Oh, I
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I want people to understand that as well. Like, fuck it, look dumb. Fuck those people that think you're dumb.
dude.
As long as you know that you're not dumb, it doesn't matter. Fuck these people. Fuck them.
They are never gonna see it like we see it now. These
What do
people
You know
that
what,
are still
Vince? You
asleep.
just freed me because I
Yeah.
know I look dumb all the time. And sometimes I'm like, dude, I just don't want other people
No,
to
dude,
think
look,
that. But you
think-
know what? Fuck it.
think
I'm
back.
fucking retarded.
Think back to before you thought about any of this, what you believed, and how dumb you were then. When you thought they really landed on the moon. When you
Nothing
thought
is dumber than
we're
believing
really,
the globe.
I know.
dog.
It really, it's really.
When
Pull me
you
off
really
the bear.
think you're orbiting
Real
the sun
dumb.
at 66,600 miles per hour, like come on.
You were a stupid motherfucker then. Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where it's like it's eupitium, you know. And you're just like, you know what? It's okay. Go ahead and take 5 minutes and call me whatever you want because you got to get it out somehow. But at the end of the day, you're pretty fucking dumb. Like,
Right? And you didn't think
way
that
dumber
you
than
were.
I am.
You thought you were smart back
Yeah,
then.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah?
I know,
See?
dude. You go through this, the stages of grief. We know it. You know it, Ted. Him and I both went through it, like physically, like, dude. There was like, there was like even a week where we're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? What you been? I don't know. Just, dude, can you believe this?
You
Like,
were depressed.
holy shit! Like we would start talking about it again. We didn't really want to. Like we just wanted to have a conversation after not talking to each other for a week. And it's just like, what have you been doing? I've been fucking depressed, dude. Oh, me too. I can't fucking believe it's fucking flat. Holy shit, it's flat. Holy
It
shit, we've been
is.
lied to. Like,
It
It's
really
like
is.
that
just
meme.
all
It's like
comes-
that meme with like Quentin Tarantino, where it's like the first day you find Earth is flat. And it's got 4 different panels of him just standing in the corner, staring at the wall, like looking in the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's and I know you know what we mean, Vince. I know you know what we mean, dude, because it, like you said, it's the skeleton key that ties it all together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. And I know we always go back to it, but it's like that was a real.
It's a big
That's
one.
a
Yeah.
real eye opener, man. That is
It
a
is.
Big
life
one, man.
changing.
And what do you say? The stigma of it is that right? Like it's
stigma,
starting to
yeah.
wear off. Like
Yeah, no, and you just don't give a damn. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
You just talk to people like it's normal. You're like,
Yeah, and now-
Earth is flat. Duh.
even beyond that, you start to ridicule the Globers, like you stupid motherfucker,
Dude.
you dumbass fucking NPC
I
agents.
brought
so
it
good.
up at my wife's Christmas party.
Really,
Literally, yes.
so
we
good.
were talking about, oh, so what are you into? I was like, oh yeah, I started a podcast about flat Earth. Like just straight out. And,
Just
oh,
casually,
yeah.
just really?
And the dude
cool,
was
man.
like, do you actually believe it, or do you just do it to make people angry? And I was like,
Nice.
no, man.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
actually
so you
little bit
know
of
he
both.
was a Globie. He's a Globie in the comments.
that's how you do it.
You
man.
were sitting with a Globie right there. You know that, right? In your comments.
No. He was,
Yeah.
because right after he was super receptive of it, and he's like, dude, I don't know. Like he wasn't attacking me. He's like, I don't know. I don't
No,
know
I was
what
just saying
people
that
think.
because that's something they always say, that they don't really believe it. They just do it for.
Oh yeah.
like,
And that's
yeah,
the weird
like-
thing. That's like
trolling,
the difference
yeah.
between
Dude,
the
I will.
comments
Okay,
and the real life.
I'm gonna tell Death right now at 2 hours and 24 minutes. I get that all the time. All the time. They don't actually believe what they're saying. They don't believe it. I 100% believe the Earth is flat. I 100% believe that we never went to the moon. I believe the moon is not something you can land on. I do not think there are other planets. I do not think anything NASA has ever showed you is true. None of it. Not one thing.
I agree.
Preach it.
So to say that I don't believe it, you can attack me for believing it, but don't say I don't believe it, because I wholeheartedly believe it. And not only believe it, I know it.
Yeah.
I know it because
Know it.
I have eyes and I can see further than a ball allows you to see. So that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
That's
We're
all
done.
you need, man. You know.
And-
You know they're
Being
lying.
honest.
You know they're lying. That's the thing.
I think
These
they're
people-
Tiger.
That was cute. That was cute. No, but
I'm
you
a
know they're
dad.
lying their asses off, and you know that
Yeah.
these people can't see the lie. They're just not there. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Vince, right? Like,
yeah. They don't want the bubble to be burst.
right?
Yeah, they-
And they're sitting there saying, you don't really believe it. No,
yeah.
you can't believe it. You can't
Yeah.
believe that you've been lied to.
So we
That's
didn't even
really
ask
what this
you.
comes down to.
This is a question we normally ask people. How
Ask
did you
on.
find flat Earth? How did you come
Ah.
to it?
Yeah, I was working on. I was having a fucking desk job. What do you call it? Like in an office.
Yeah.
Yep.
desk
Can you
job.
believe that?
Office job.
Me in a fucking
Oh,
office.
me too. I had one in my life, and I was up to 220 pounds because I was,
Oh, really?
miserable.
moving, right?
Sitting
Not
in front of a
moving.
computer all day. It was insane. But anyway,
Bro, what
go
are you
ahead.
trying to
Yeah.
say? I weigh 220.
Yeah, but you're taller than me. I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9", and I weighed 220. So that's a lot.
But anyways, my colleagues or whatever you want to call them, they knew that I was into conspiracies and I was a little bit, out there. So
Yeah.
so they're like, hey, listen, Vince, you should come and see this. You should be into this. And I was like, what is it? They're like, there is a movement called Flat Earth. And believe it or not, I ridiculed this. I
I did
ridiculed
too.
it.
I did
Right?
too. Go ahead.
I did too.
It's crazy, right?
How do you not?
Right? I
At
was
that
like,
point, right?
I was like, listen, I'm into a lot of things, but this shit is caveman. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Flat Earth. What the fuck is this? But I had to tell myself, listen, you have to at least be open
To it, right?
Yeah, look into it a little bit. And then I saw that, the boat zooming back in, and that got me. I was like, I thought the boat, when it disappeared, it went
Yeah, it
around
was
the
that
curve.
was it. That's why it disappeared from the bottom up, because it was
Yeah.
going around the curve. Yeah.
Yeah, and once that motherfucker was zoomed back in, I was a flat earther. Right then and there, I didn't need more than that. Because I was like, that's not supposed to be able to be possible.
Yeah.
To zoom that motherfucker back in. So, from there, I started to look into more, and you can't go back. It's like,
So
It's
were you
like
already
true.
married when you were a flat earther?
no, that was one, I think this was in 2015/16.
Yeah, for us too. For me and Bill too. It was
Really?
right around the
It's
same.
weird, right?
I know.
That was
it's
about the same
super
time for
weird.
me,
I know it's
But
weird.
I called it retarded for like 2 years before I even took a chance to look into it.
I
looked
knew-
into it for 5 seconds.
I
and
knew it was true, but I couldn't accept it. Like
coincidence.
between Bill and I, we knew it was true, but I didn't talk to she wasn't my wife then, but my wife about it. I didn't talk to.
Hold on, when did you get married?
2018.
I was 17. That was close.
Oh,
huh?
close. Yeah, January of 2018, I got married.
I told
January.
my significant other on the very first date we went on. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
we need to stop this right here. I need you to know something before we move on, because if you're not okay with it, then we should probably just end it right now.
Hold on, Rufus. What are you saying? On the first date,
First date,
you did what?
I told her I was a flat earther.
That's the best thing you could do.
That's
Yeah.
so rad.
No, it
That's all
is
you
the
can
best.
do, man.
Yeah, you have
she
to
laugh?
be real.
And she's super hot, and she's awesome, and she loves me very
Fantastic.
much. And she
Did she
doesn't
laugh?
give a shit, to be honest.
Come
she
on,
doesn't
did
give
she
a
laugh?
shit at all.
Did she laugh, Rufus?
She did. She
Okay.
thought I was retarded, and,
And that's
she
like-
still does. And she doesn't care if it's flat or not. And
It's
I
awesome.
love her for it, man.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
She doesn't
If
give a
she
shit
wouldn't
about
have laughed,
politics
I would have
either.
been scared. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Be like,
way
wait.
better than.
Dude, my
the
wife
ones that
didn't
would've-
laugh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not being honest. Like, but I came at it serious, and she knows me, so she knows if I'm gonna sit you down and talk to you about something serious, that I'm
Right.
serious. So she's
Were you
not
holding
gonna
a
laugh.
weapon?
Yes, always, always. The second I walk in the door, I have a mace in my hand. Not like the spray mace. I'm talking about the
A
old
mason, a mace, or a mason?
a mace, a mace. I'm talking about the old spiky ball on the stick mace.
Oh, nice.
Not,
Oh, yeah.
not pepper
It does
spray.
fit his
no.
persona too. You
Nah.
know.
But no, so I sat her down
Interesting.
and we talked about it, and she not only did she accept it, and it took a while, because if she just accepted it right away, I'd probably lose respect, because you have to think about it at least. But now she'll like point out shit to me too, like, oh, I saw this today, blah blah. I'm like, yes, I have roped you in.
She does actually too sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, she said the other day, I can't remember, but it made me love her so much more. Something happened and she like wasn't feeling great, and she's like, you know, I think they like changed the frequency
Yes.
or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
I see that
It's
every
like, I
time
love
I
you,
see
babe.
He's like, get in the room right now.
every. Yes. I'll change your
now.
frequency.
Nothing turns me on more than that.
Let me ask you guys, what do you think about this regarding flat Earth? Do you think it's tied, like the climate enslavement plan? You know, the climate, whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah. The
change.
Non-changing climate. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Climate has always been changing, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? Climate change, as if it's something new.
I
But
know, it's ridiculous.
right? Ridiculous. But they had to change it because of global warming. It wasn't getting warm. Whatever. Yeah. So, do you think it's, what do you say? It's hinged on or relying, like the globe, the whole climate thing is based off it being a globe and limited resources,
Yeah.
and this is all we got. Therefore, we have to take care of the planet. We have to enslave you. You know, like
Fine print.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
it's a mechanism of control.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to have the globe. They have to have the globe, like people believing in the globe, in order to pull off the climate enslavement plan, which is their ultimate goal,
Yeah.
it seems. Right? So if people realize, oh, there might be more resources and more land and this and that, then they can't pull off this fucking enslavement plan that they're trying right now, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Right? So
right.
Right.
flat Earth is even more important than we think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know? Because we have
why
to
it's
stop
pissing
this.
me. It's why it's pissing everybody
It's a
off.
linchpin.
It's around.
That's why they get so mad.
Yeah, at every turn, it's just stopping them, and it's right in their tracks.
Yeah, here in Sweden, they're talking about like in 6 years they're gonna stop gasoline cars, like producing gasoline cars.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, they're trying.
Like, so you know what that means, right? That means
That
like,
means we're fucked.
Yeah, no, it means that no cars at all. Yeah, like they're.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
I don't like. Yeah, what are you saying, that the electric cars will just malfunction or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
well, not only
they're
that,
good.
but I was talking to a contractor the other day, and he builds like the high-rise condos and shit down here. That's all they're building here. They're buying up single-family homes, building like. I'll send you a freaking picture, man. On one drive, I can see 15 cranes building giant buildings. It's absolutely insane what they're doing around here. But
Okay.
so they're building all these high rises, and I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Well, we're talking about electrical cars.
Oh
and,
yeah. So he was talking to me, and he was like, "Okay, so when we used to build an apartment building with 100 units, we had to have 150 parking spaces because you figure all the tenants, some of them have 2 cars, some of them don't, guests, blah blah blah." Now it's like in a 100 tenant parking structure, they have to have like 20 parking spaces. That's it. Because they don't want people to have cars anymore. So all of the downtown near me, there's like no parking. There's tiny parking garages with like a fraction of the people allowed to have cars, basically, or you have to park it somewhere else.
Yeah,
or they just don't give a shit and they like figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's buses. There's a tri-rail. You're good.
Yeah, let's
Take an Uber.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though: like, if that was the plan, why did they make them so shitty?
Because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're that stupid though. You know, I mean, why did they like? It's cold in the winter now, and like
I don't think they
electric
cared.
cars aren't working anymore
Because it was
it's
never
too
about
fucking
the
cold.
electric
How many
car.
people are buying them?
Not many.
Yeah, no, that's what
Are
I'm
you
saying.
sure?
Like,
I mean, some are. I mean, like the people who took the jab.
Yeah,
And how many people were that? 50% of the population? I mean,
definitely.
But then they find out that it gets cold out and their car doesn't fucking work anymore.
they don't care.
so-
Greta Thunberg will attack them.
That's
if they
true. It
don't.
gives them an excuse not to come to work.
That little gremlin, right? That little gremlin. But listen, you know
feisty
what?
little boy.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's a boy? Oh, who knows? But
Who knows?
Who knows? It could be. She's not, that good. Anyways,
Yeah.
my thing with the electric car is this. I don't want to sit in a car that can be remotely
Shut off.
controlled by Bill Gates or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drive me into a wall or some shit like that. Or
Yeah.
lock me in and drive me to an underground tunnel where I see aliens and shit. Like, I don't want to sit in a computer car. I want a fucking car with a key.
I don't want my
That I
car to take me to be raped by a Nephilim. All right?
Yeah, I don't want
Vince,
that
you
shit.
know what? I'm on board with that. And you want to know what kind of conspiracy theorist I am?
Yeah, I want to know.
My car still has crank windows, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So does my
And-
truck. My truck
And
does
You
too.
have to unlock it with the key, dude.
Yep.
And I could
I
have
love
got a
that.
better car, but I
Dude.
don't give a shit, man.
Dude, those cars are gonna be like fucking rare, man.
Yeah.
We're talking rare shit.
They are.
Like dinosaur shit. You know what I mean? Fucking take care of those
It's
cars.
a lot of money.
Dude,
Yeah,
if I
because
had
these-
all the money in the world, I would buy an old vehicle. I would never buy one
Right?
of these new cars ever.
Fuck
No.
these news cars.
I want the one that I wanted when I was a kid but couldn't afford it.
There you go.
What was that?
You know what I mean?
Ferrari.
Yeah, not even that. Like, like just
Okay.
like the
DeLorean?
newer cars. Like
Mine was a 64 and a half Mustang. It was the very first year they ever made one, so they called it a 64 and a half because it came out halfway through the year. That's
Is that-
my dream car.
Is that where that song came? Mustang, Sally, Mustang.
Yes.
Mustang.
do all foreigners sing songs like John Wayne? They all sound like John Wayne.
they view all of us.
And that's not. I'm not being racist. I mean, we're
It's like when
living
a black
racist,
guy
Bill.
does
Be
an
racist.
impression of a white person, you know.
Right?
Like,
What's going on, guys? Like, yeah, we all sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks, right? Like, no, dude.
But doesn't that song go like the Mustang Shadow? doesn't it go like that?
Yes, it does go
Yes,
like
it
that.
does. It does. It does.
I got it in my head, man. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I don't even listen
I mean,
to it.
we don't
That's-
get any
that was
Swedish
beautiful.
music here, so I think it's cool that you get our music
Right?
there.
Yeah.
I don't think
Even
there
if
is any
it's
good.
25 years too late. I mean,
The only Swedish song that is good for you guys, maybe, is the Final Countdown.
oh, yes.
That's a Swedish band, Europe.
Europe.
What about 99 Red
Europe.
Balloons? They're not Swedish? Oh, they're from
I
somewhere
don't know.
else, right?
What the fuck is that?
Who is it? Come
There's
on.
a satellite on them.
Yes.
Nice.
What is that?
Nicely
Well
done.
sir.
Well, maybe Sweden's the Antichrist. You know,
We went through this.
That's the only song
missed
they
that.
need.
It could be. Let me just add on that. You know, I always thought, because Sweden has always been kind of like this way, the robotic way for a long while. I never thought that this kind of a society or whatever could reach the US. I never thought.
Right.
But it is slowly reaching the US with this, all of the bullshit with the censor and like you're not free anymore. You know, you're
No.
becoming
People don't wanna be. You're absolutely right.
infected.
Yeah, they want to be controlled. It's the craziest thing in the world. Govern me harder, daddy.
Yes.
Like, that's dude. Like that's
That meme.
literally what it is.
With the needles.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
needles like a
The
punk guy.
shitty jab. The
Govern me
death
harder.
Give me 7.
Give it to me
It's like
deeper.
some, like masochistic fucking shit. I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, dude. I don't know if this was the best episode we ever had or
Yeah,
the
it
worst.
was awesome, man.
But I never laughed so hard during a fucking episode.
know.
This is
I
happening
on
again.
This one, dog.
This is happening again, like in like 3 weeks. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know
I thi-
why I said 3
I think-
weeks.
I needed
Sounds
this,
right.
man.
You know what I
So
think it is? I
bad.
think we have we have good frequency matching stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all vibing
Yes,
real
the
nice.
resonance.
I think
We're
so.
all in the
Resonating,
same resonance.
resonating. Yep.
I think that's true. That
Oh,
shit like that
yeah.
is true.
Come
Be-
on, dude.
Because some people, there is like a force you can't really. It's like two
It's
magnets
like-
or whatever.
Yes.
Even religious people cannot deny that part of it, right? You're going to church.
Yeah.
You're even the old school people with these giant pipe organs and everything. You're feeling that. That's
Yeah.
changing you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
Frequency,
definitely
bro.
true. That's
just saying,
definitely
you
true.
know,
why I
like,
don't
like
go to
oh, that's
church,
some new
man,
age stuff
because-
and your chakras and all that, and that's another form of Satan. Hold on now. No, because, yeah, okay, Satan was the angel of music or whatever, right? They say,
I don't know
you
about that.
but
You know how I
they
don't know
say,
about that?
right? Yeah.
No, you
Right.
know why? Because I'm looking at the music industry and it is absolute shit. If that's what Satan is.
He's got.
Yeah, I know. Not very impressed.
No, I'm not. I would beat the fuck out of Satan if that's what he got. No, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm quite good with. I can compose classical compositions and shit.
I was
Yeah.
telling
I
them
would-
about this on our last episode. I was like, he's a composer. He's not a
Computer.
musician. It's a big difference.
Yeah, I'm a composer. Exactly. I'm not really a musician. I can play piano, but
He's like
But,
a musician that's like slightly autistic.
how dare you, Rufus? but yeah. I mean, because if Satan is the ultimate composer, he's not really showing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no,
Cardi
that-
Doing
B.
well.
And there you go, right? Maybe everything already happened, and this is what's left, and we're like, oh crap! Like,
But if
you know
that's
how-
true, but if that's true, maybe we can just see through it. Because if that's true, how come so many people like that shitty ass music?
Well, there is some hypnotic frequency in that shit.
Yep.
You know, jamming their brain, their NPC brain. You know, there's something to.
This is good.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Gotta
Fuck
be.
me in the ass.
It's
Fuck me
really
in the ass.
good.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Satan, fuck me in the ass. Yeah.
Can
Forgot
I
to
just
say
say
that.
I started writing down clips of shit for Death to Cut,
And
and
it's like,
it's the whole
really-
page is full.
Oh, it's like
Just
sling to a random minute.
We gotta end it on a high note. We really do.
You guys want to end it now? When do you want to end it?
I don't know, but we're at 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Yeah,
you can end it whenever you want.
Yeah,
but
I
don't ever want it to end, honestly.
I know, but we're bringing it down.
It's like seeking the truth.
Please tell us about your composing, please, more.
Well, yes. Listen, I have composed different type of styles, but my main thing has been classical, you know. But I've completely self-taught. I've never went to school because I just didn't. So, but I think it has an advantage to not go to school regarding that, because I think if you go to school and learn music, it can box you in. Because they teach you how you should compose. While when you don't know what the fuck you're doing, that opens you up to create some weird shit. And that's really what you want to do, really. Weird shit is more interesting, right?
Yeah,
weird shit
is said.
Right? But, so I just, by myself, you know, tried shit out. So I don't know any notes or what they're called. But I do know the chords because I figured that shit out by myself, by trial and error, really, you know? And it's funny also how it's only 12 notes that keeps repeating. You know, the piano is just 12 notes repeating. But in those repeating 12 notes, it can, like intertwine with other 12 notes, like dimensions. Huh?
Whoa, now you're stepping outside the box.
Yes,
they don't like that. They don't like that. Do you don't think it's weird that it's 12 months?
Right? Like the zodiac signs as well, right?
Yeah. 12 zodiacs. Yeah. That's not coincidental.
Yeah,
that's
and also
by design.
Yeah, what is this place? But anyways.
He's totally
I say that every day.
33 more mushrooms tonight after this.
Right? I need to add to that number so it stops being 66. But I have to say this, though. I don't know about you guys, but when I was really young, we're talking like 4, 5, 6, I don't remember exactly. I asked, like, what is this place? At that age, because I saw some news and shit, you know, like news.
Yeah.
And I was like, why isn't the news talking about what this place is? You know, like a kid. I was just like, why don't they talk about what the fuck this is?
That's like all they should be talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's news. Yeah. You're right.
Exactly that.
That's news.
So, and the answer I got was, well, they have come to the conclusion that it's impossible to know, so therefore they just talk about sports. I was like, fuck, that's dull, you know?
Sports and the Kardashians. That's all you get.
Yeah, so I wasn't satisfied with that. I was like, but fuck them. I want to know what the fuck this is. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you guys had that at an early age, because I had that at an early age, and I don't know what the fuck that was, but I asked questions about this reality. I don't know why I did that. I have no idea why I did that. I don't know why I didn't just accept the reality and just do whatever everybody else does.
Because you're not like everybody else. Yeah.
I don't know what that
No, I don't
was.
think anybody sitting here is, honestly.
Right? So that's interesting. So we are weird people.
Yeah. Yes.
Weird is awesome.
Shit.
Definitely not boring.
Fuck that, no.
Yeah.
And you know what is always fun is when you grow and when you're creative, because that represents growing, creating. You know, it's when you're stagnant and don't do new shit that you start to go down. You know, you start to be depressed. You have to always do new shit. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I thought I was crazy too, dude, because I would see people who are like going to do the same job for 40 years straight, you know, and doing the same thing day in and day out. And I'm like, man, why do I always get bored after doing shit for like a year? And I'm like, dude, I got to move on. I used to switch jobs like every 6 months because I was like, dude, I I can't. I'm gonna go
Can't
nuts
handle
if
it,
I have
yeah.
to do this for one more fucking day.
Yeah.
And then you get older and you have kids and you have to support them, and then you got to do shit like this, man.
Yeah,
you
you
know
gotta
what? We
listen
all
to
have
that.
jobs too, but we're like,
Yeah, you gotta
know,
listen to that.
you gotta follow that fucking thing
Calling.
that's calling you and
Yeah.
saying, hey,
Inner
man,
self.
like you got to do something different. And this is it, man. You guys like saved my life. I swear to
No,
God.
we are all
because
called. We are all called to do this.
We all
I'm not
needed
even just
something
saying-
new, man.
I'm not even just saying that. There is no
point.
coincidence in this. Every
Good
single one of
point.
us sitting here right now has been called to do this in some sort of
Good.
way. It's just like you were talking about, Vince. That inner voice that hurt. You know what I mean? Was telling you like question that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Question that. Don't just accept that. Question that.
Yes.
That right there
Always.
is every one of us have had that, and we're still
Yes.
doing it. We're still
Yes.
doing it. No matter how bad, dude. There's times I'm just like, why can't I be normal? It's so much easier.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like these people are just like, yeah, I love my job and I love paying all of my bills on time and I love my credit score and I'm just like, oh my God, you goob. Like, damn it, I want that, but I can't because I'm over here trying to figure out how you exist in my time frame. Why do we exist together?
You're exactly right. We're all here for a reason,
Yeah.
and we've come to the truths that we have discovered for a reason. Because I believe the truth that you've been, led to, you have to do something with that. You can't just sit around with it.
No.
I believe you got that. You got to where the truth is, so that you can do something with it. So, you know what I mean? Like
And
what we're
have
doing right now.
voices.
Exactly.
We were given voices.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I love that you guys went from just being a fucking text to real people
Yeah.
talking now.
Dude, you'd ask Ted. This everything that the way we talk on Twitter is exactly how we are. We're like,
I know.
Yeah,
But
like,
what
we're
the
not just
Globies
playing
don't
an act.
understand is like we're talking shit to them, but we probably talk the same shit to like one of our friends too.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
not like I
it's the same.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
hate you, man.
No.
I just think you're an idiot.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
all. He's right. Rufus is right. It's all out of love. It really is.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
Yes.
You know what I like about you guys? You give off this dude vibe. I don't know what to say. Like the
Like
dude
just
vibes.
one of the bros. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like just
you
one of
know,
the bros hanging out.
Dudes hanging out.
Yeah.
That's
what
a
we
good
are.
vibe.
Barbecues.
That's what
We're
we
not
are.
polished, man. You know,
Yeah.
we're not prime. We're not
Yeah,
fucking,
no,
like
That's
the
a
standard for being
yeah,
like
and
a
that's the thing that's missing, I think, today. You know, just
Yeah,
dudes.
everybody's
It
just-
reminds me a little bit, not exactly, but it reminds me a little bit of Al Bundy's. You guys remember Al Bundy?
Yes, of course.
No Ma'am Club.
Yeah.
dude. How do you know that I was a shoe salesman, dog?
Yes,
I knew it.
Rufus.
I knew it.
Rufus,
really?
you were sliding them on.
Oh, you're sure?
Dude, I did it. I started to try and meet women, and then like I met one and had kids, and I was fucking stuck.
Did you call some of them really fat when they were trying the shoes?
Your ankles.
Only behind their backs.
Oh, fair enough.
Man,
Push
Al Bundy
harder.
was
I don't
funny.
have a bulldozer. Like, those were the best.
Al
Oh,
Bundy
those
was
were the
funny.
best.
But anyways, what I'm saying is, I'm not seeing the dude vibe a lot these days. So I
Yeah,
think,
there's a bit of this.
yeah,
Everything's a little too buttoned up. Even
Yeah,
like
fuck
Rogan, it's
that.
like a little, just like a tiny bit too
Right?
buttoned up,
this
man.
fucking stiff,
Scotch.
fuck that shit. You know, we're
Fuck
all
it, man.
humans. We're all humans. We need to express ourselves like
That's
humans.
why, and
Exactly.
that is exactly why we say the death jab,
Yes.
That's jab.
the murder shot.
Whoa.
Let me spell it out.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Go ahead and do it.
But so that's why I like what you guys are doing. You're creating that environment, and you know what that will do? Eventually, it will spread, and there will be other dudes joining the dude
Yeah.
club. You know, and you
Yeah.
will create more dudes. You will create more dudes.
More dudes.
They're already doing that with females now.
And dudettes. We want to create
That's true.
dudes and
They
dudettes.
just
Hey.
keep creating dudes and then
Yeah,
throwing
I
boobs
just-
on them. It's
Yeah,
real weird.
I just saw a Twitter video where this man woman was crying his ass off because because the dude he was gonna date didn't accept that he was a man-woman.
Oh, okay. I know
And
those.
have you seen it?
You're a
Maybe
bigot.
I
I don't
saw-
know
I
if
think I
I've seen
saw
that
it, yeah.
actual one, but I've
It
seen
was-
the type.
I think it was like Spanish or Brazilian, and I just read the subtitles.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm sick and fucking tired of this. Why can't these straight dudes accept me for the woman I am?" It's like
because you have a dick.
exactly.
That's what it boils down to.
Right.
I mean,
Because that rock in your throat is staring me in the face right now. That's
but
why.
he said, the man-woman said, I've done the surgery and everything, and they still don't want to, you know. Yeah, you fucked up, man. You
Yeah,
really
you did.
fucked up.
You know what? I think that guy just needed to go out there and find himself a Globie.
Right?
That would just fucking, you know,
Right?
send that dick to the death.
Right? But there is
That's
one
a
thing to
female
learn.
dick.
There is one lesson to be learned in this. You know what that is?
what's that?
You can't go against reality and truth. Okay? You're trying to morph reality into something it won't allow you to do. Like you're trying to say that you're a woman. Reality is saying, no, it ain't. You know, you know.
Yeah.
You're still trying to force it.
My
know,
bullshit
right, which is
meter's
why they-
going off.
Yeah, which is why they want to change it, right?
Yes.
They want to change our reality.
Don't do that because you're never gonna win. You're fucked, and it's all new.
Oh, the second
all
you
you.
are you trying to say like the second you give in to saying that is like legit, you're done.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm saying the second you give in to saying, okay, well, that is
maybe
a
that,
woman.
yeah, maybe that is a woman.
You're
right,
done.
yeah.
Your
Oh, yeah,
mind's
no.
gone.
Yeah. You're cooked.
completely controlled. You're cooked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're cooked.
You're just like them.
Absolutely, you're cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can
Yeah,
get
because-
people to accept a false reality, you'll accept anything at that point.
Yes, and that's their goal. But
That is the goal.
motherfuckers, they don't accept if I say I'm a giraffe. All right?
Well,
I always use that
I
argument,
accept it,
dude.
Vince.
Always.
Yeah, you
can
do.
say whatever.
But not these
And they're
crazy
like, well, it'll
motherfuckers.
never. They're like, it'll
These
never
crazy
go that far.
motherfuckers, they don't. If I say I'm a giraffe, they will say stop making fun of us or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Old
that- or
short
they'll
neck
try to put-
motherfucker.
How is it any different though? How is it
That's
any
when they'll try to
different?
put you on meds, right?
Right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, because of this society, when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a rapper. I'll be honest, or a comedian, and I just thought like black people, they're the best at it. They have like all this charisma and confidence, and they're
Yeah.
funny, and they got the swagger. And
Bigot.
I just kind of wish that I was a black person at that point. I was like, dude, you
Well-
know, everyone says they're oppressed and shit, but honestly, they seem pretty fucking cool, and they're funny
can
and
be one.
shit. And it would be a lot easier for me to be a rapper if
Just
I was
start
black.
identifying as one.
Yeah.
You're good.
At this
Just-
point, I probably could.
Just say you're black, man.
Yeah, I am from now on. You know,
But they won't accept that. That's going too far.
I know.
You know, color is too much.
But
But a man being a woman and a woman being man, that's okay. Yes.
totally
Yeah.
fine. Totally
Yeah.
fine.
it's you know, you were
It
meant
is
to
a
be that.
clown world, gentlemen.
It is.
It
And if
really
we
is.
don't stop it, it's gonna be even clownier.
Yes.
If that's a word, it is now. If it ain't one,
It needs
And you
to
know what?
be.
That's what we're doing, man. That's what we're doing. And you know, I talk to my mom, and when times are bad and shit's kind of going wrong with the government and everything else. And when I was younger, used to be like to her, I'd be like, "But why didn't you guys fucking do anything about it?"
We are
Like if
now.
you and they'll admit, they're like, "Yeah, we know that's going on, but you know."
What can we do?
Just kind of go along. What can we do? And I would get mad at my parents and just be like, why didn't you guys fucking speak up or do anything about it? And you know what? We just all, the four of us said, you know what? We can't look people in the face in the future and say, when they ask us, why didn't you do anything about it?
Yeah.
We can say we at least fucking tried.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Even if it's
was
impossible
Fuck
to
this
turn
shit,
this
man.
even
Fuck
if
this
it's
shit.
impossible to turn this shit around, at
Yes.
least you tried, and that's the best you could do.
look at the shit they had, though. Everybody tune in right now and watch us land on the moon.
Yeah. They didn't have
Yes.
the internet. Didn't have
Yeah.
any of
So I
that.
don't blame them.
Yeah, they were freaking.
I do.
Dude,
Fuck them.
more controlled, dude. They were more controlled than we are now, in a sense, in my opinion.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
like
a way.
like mentally.
Because they only had
Definitely.
8 options, and all of them were lying to them. At least
Yeah,
now we
exactly.
have 2,000 options, and 1,500 of them are
Yeah,
lying
no,
to
it's up.
us.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's got a point, and it's up to us to decipher it, which I guess it makes it a little harder on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least we have those options. They didn't really.
What do you guys think about this regarding what Rufus just said? I believe at the end of the day, when you're reaching your end of your life, like when you're dead or reaching the end, that you don't want to, you want to have as little regrets as possible, right? What do you guys
Sure.
think about that? Right?
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Isn't that what it's all about
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, knowing that shit, get to work. Do you know what I mean?
Get to my work,
Fuck.
motherfuckers. You could
Yeah.
die tomorrow.
You better
You could
remind
die
yourself
tomorrow.
every fucking day about that thing. Like, I don't want this to be a regret. I don't
Yep.
want this to be a regret. Whatever it is. It could be a small little thing like doing this shit. You know,
Or asking a girl out, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Anything.
You know,
I
anything.
changed my life. I used to make twice as much money as I made now, and I was like, you know what? I can't take anything with me. I want to be happy. I don't want to have
Exactly.
money in my bank account. I want to be happy. And
Exactly.
I changed my life because of it.
Exactly. Or whenever a motherfucking masker wants you to mask up and you're contemplating, should I yell this motherfucker out or not? And you should. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
was gonna say you should probably just punch him in the face. It's really for their best.
it
Does
comes
your
to
mask
that.
protect you from this?
Yeah,
You stupid motherfucker.
you can't breathe now, can you, buddy?
Yeah. What's up with the fucking what do you say? They're like hooked on this mouth diaper. They're like it's their identity
It
or
is.
something.
Yeah,
What
it's a
the
pacifier. It's a
What
giant
is this?
pacifier.
I don't know if you guys. I get it on my feed all the time now. Like mask up, everybody.
Really?
Yes. Mask
Oh, you're in the
up.
wrong feeds, dude. We gotta talk about that.
Bill, I haven't done shit. It's just
Right,
Just,
it's just put you right over there. Well, that's Sweden. They're like, yeah, take him over there. You know,
right? Annoy this motherfucker. He hates
This
the
fucking crazy
Sniffles
Americans.
19. Yeah.
take him away.
Yeah.
Take him away.
Yeah. He hates the sniffles.
Dude,
Bombard
I
him
used
with
to
mask
laugh when
people.
that all that shit was going down. I was like the only one around me that could see through any of it, and I would
Oh, really?
I would fucking laugh so hard at these people, and I would be like, dude, next it's the carbon fiber butt plugs, and then what? You know?
Didn't you feel like They Live, Rufus? You know the movie They Live with the glasses?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you're
I
the-
still
you're-
do.
Right? You're the only one that sees through the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
More people are starting to though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, now when you see one, like it's rare. But
It
they're
is.
still out there, right? The masker, but you see it, you're just like, oh my gosh! And they're just like you look around, you do realize you guys are the only ones doing this in this department store right now, right? Like
Exactly.
It'll never work. It'll never work again, man.
They live.
I think people could see people
They're
dropping dead
dead.
around them, and they still wouldn't wear the mask.
No.
You think so? You think if they try it again, it won't work?
Oh, it'll be like a kind of like a Civil War type of scenario of like kind of what they're planning out right now, you know. So I could see them trying it.
We'll
That's a
see.
good
Oh, they're gonna
segue.
try.
that's a good segue,
Well,
and we'll. I think we should.
Oh,
wrap it
because
with this,
we're
with
over 3
everybody's-
hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
shit.
and
Okay,
everybody
oh,
know. Yeah. People just don't give a shit after that anyway.
That's
so,
true.
but I wanted
That's
you
true.
wanted to end it with this.
That's
what do you guys think's going to happen this year? Is there going to be a 2024 as like elections? All
There'll
that
be an
stuff,
election.
or-
I'm calling it now. There'll be an election. It's gonna be a shit show, but there'll be an election.
Yep.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
And either way it goes, man. I mean, I feel like someone's gonna feel like they got taken, and it's gonna be some emotions and some animosity towards each other.
You guys don't see World War III / pre-Civil War.
I see that happening, but I see that happening after the so-called election.
Listen, This will be a fucked up, crazy year.
Oh yeah, that's why we're gonna have you back at least 5 times. We got some shit to talk about.
It's gonna be fucked up. It's just in the air.
Especially when you guys start playing.
It's in the air, man.
It is in the air.
When you guys start teaming up over there and playing Attack Us, we're gonna have you back on to talk about that. We're gonna need to know
Sweden
some secrets.
stays out of everything, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Just stay out of it.
Not anymore, though. They want to go into NATO.
Oh, y'all are getting a little sack on you now. Huh?
They're not neutral
That's
anymore.
right.
That's just what they want you to think, Ted.
But hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on. It's a bummer that we didn't get to talk about Trump a little bit because I don't know where you guys stand on
we'll
Trump.
have plenty of time to talk about Trump.
Yeah, because there was one thing I wanted to show you guys, which is very weird.
Okay.
But maybe it'll take that next time because it's gonna take long.
Oh
But
yeah, we're gonna do it when you come back for sure.
Yeah, it is an emergency thing.
Okay.
Yeah, emergency fucking I don't know, law or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, one of his the emergency orders. Yeah.
That has been signed by Biden to extend for one more. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 13848, I believe it is. Executive Order 13848. Emergency
13818.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
You were close.
It was
one
created-
number off. That's good.
It was created on December 20th, 2017.
Yes.
And Biden has now extended it to one more year to 2024's end of,
Yeah.
Of course.
So what? Okay.
Can you repeat that number one more time, real quick,
Yes.
Vince?
It's called Continuation of the National
Continuity of Government. Yeah.
Of the national emergency with respect to serious human rights abuse and corruption. And the executive order is called 13818.
Yeah, it's either 18 or 48, but yes, it is.
No, I got it here.
Oh, 13818. Okay. Then I pulled it up.
13818.
So what we want our listeners to do is go in and look into that number and see what it is, and then the next time you're on, we're gonna get your thoughts about it, man.
Yeah, and it's on the official government info.com.
If there is a next time.
If we die before that. But yeah, let's end this. But it's gonna be crazy.
Dude, this was great, man. Honestly, I've had a real shitty week, and you were just the fucking guest I needed on, man. Yeah, you just made my life better today, dude. So,
I'm honored to be on here on your first show after what, a year?
20 episodes. This will be the 20th episode. So from like October.
Believe it or not.
20 weeks.
21st, I think.
Okay,
21st.
So 20. Okay, and the first time you're actually doing with
give or take
face.
Yes.
So I'm honored to be the first one to be on there at that time.
You are the Ugly Mugs episode.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Our ugly mugs, not yours.
All right, I'll take that. But fantastic, guys.
Awesome,
look forward to joining you guys again.
Oh,
It's
we're
a
definitely
pleasure.
going to have you back
My
for
honor.
sure.
My honor.
This is where we always say death faded out. He plays some music here. It's cool. But so no, for sure we'll have you back, especially running up to the election. There's so much more we got to talk about. So we'll definitely
we're gonna go live on Twitter and stomp out some globies and shit.
Oh yeah, well next time we do an episode like where we send the link out for sure, we'll have you on ahead where you're already in there ready. We'll be able to
just
have other
give
people.
me some heads up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know it's harder for you being over there. It's 6 hours difference or whatever.
But on the weekends it's like easier. But I can even do on regular days maybe. But
we almost always do on the weekends, so we're good.
Okay.
We all have jobs and shit.
There you go. Okay.
It'll be good.
So just heads me up.
Oh, real quick, tell everybody where to find you.
Yeah, man.
YouTube, Rumble. Just look up DisHonest Composer.
There you go. It'll come up.
You really did change it, huh?
Oh yeah.
That is wild. That's wild.
Yes.
I absolutely did. I have even a stream where I actually got the idea from a viewer, and it's on video and everything.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Everybody go check
And
that
It's all
out.
filmed.
And at Vince Reacts on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep, find him there.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
been
see you
great.
guys
Blast.
later. Peace.
Blast.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.